3 goals already. It's a 3-1 ball game. Arizona with fire in its eyes, looking to come back and make quite a game out of this APSL showdown. Arizona with the ball now one more time. California, Faisal Ahmad clearing it out. After falling behind 3-0, Arizona got some spark offensively. Actually, the correction, it was Les Armstrong scoring, and as we saw from the booth, Jeff Rogers had the assist. This tropical storm Boris making it difficult on us to see the players up here from the booth. Arizona's white jerseys. Coming down again, Ken Sinchak comes out, getting his hands on it. Arizona definitely not going to fold over in this game. They're going to play tough all the way. Arizona's come on the last few weeks. They went on the road to Salt Lake, winning their 3rd game, 3-1 over the Sting. And with a 3-6 record, they're right in the middle of this APSL Western Conference Southern Division. Stratton, Gonzalez, out of bounds, courtesy of the Emperor. So that's going to be throw-in coming back one more time for the Condors. Les Armstrong, who scored the goal for Arizona, throwing it in. Got it to Gonzalez. California in on the play again. That was Ryerson flicking it backwards. This is Carter. Stratton. And the Emperor's getting it back to Sinchak. As we mentioned, Fran Bacon from the area. Last year with the Condors as an assistant coach, joining us up here in the booth throughout this game. And Fran, doesn't look like Arizona's giving up.
They won't. Their biggest problems this year has been on the defensive end, but they never quit. They'll be in there till the very end, no matter what the score is.
Faisal Ahmad. Back to De Oliveira. Somewhat of a limp there by De Oliveira. He goes down. Went down rather easily looking at that play. Rollins, though. Rollins is the hustler. He's back there. Ken Sinchak has the ball in his hands. Dean Foley also with us watching this game here from the John Riggs Stadium.
I think the Emperors and both teams better realize that the referees are not calling a very close game, and that looking at them instead of just going after the ball isn't going to get the job done, because they're letting the boys play today. And the Emperors have really got to mark up on their man, because this Arizona team is very, very explosive. Anytime you got a guy like Curlin up front, like I said before, who had a hat trick last weekend, you've got to be careful. And the Emperors have really got to get back on top of the ball and get back to their ball control game here.
Lawrence Lozano, number 12. Let's take a look quickly about the officials tonight. Dean Foley, we heard his comments. Rod Hopper, the referee, he's in control of the game. The statisticians here, statisticians for the Condors, giving us the official time. The goal by Les Armstrong, 22 minutes, 20 seconds. Still a lot of action to go in this APSL showdown. Arizona bringing the ball down here on the near side, but Lozano comes over. What a season for Lawrence Lozano. You don't hear his name a lot in the papers because being a defensive player, he doesn't score a lot of goals, but let me tell you, he sure carried his weight back there the last few games playing sweeper, and what a dandy of a job he's done. This is California coming down again, threatening in front. California moving the ball around. Arizona's there, breaking it up. One more time, though, California maintains possession. The ball comes in. And it's going to be coming back now for Arizona.
It looks there that the Emperors are again putting pressure up on the front line there. Richard Ryerson having a real great game here. He's really distributing the ball well. He got that first goal after hearing that his brother Rob Ryerson scored last week for the Maryland Bays of the eastern half of the APSL Soccer League.
Arizona coming back on the run. California, one more time, coming in defensively.
Once again, Lawrence Lozano just getting right in the middle there and causing havoc for the offensive team.
Here comes California on the run. Looked like it was Rollins with the ball. Otley took it away. Stratton back to California, though. California feeding it to its player on the far side there. Looks like Lopez.
Get on him, Chase! No cross!
And came in high. That ball is over the net.
Richard Lopez, a very physical player. He's got a lot of strength, and an easy tackle, a slide tackle, is not going to get the ball away from him because he's got a lot of determination, and he'll just keep on going.
Let's take a look at the shot there. Coming up, California one more time. Another shot on goal. Dane again. How did you see it?
He splits two players here and just takes a left-footed shot going for the near corner and just misses a little bit high.
On the near side, Faisal Ahmad. He's been hustling the last couple games all over the field. Great job defensively, helping out offensively. He can cover a lot of area on this field.
Right here's what the Emperors need to do is spread out the field and distribute the ball to their men, to their weapons up in the front.
That's Lopez again on the far side in front of the goal. California's got a couple players there. Arizona, though. Arizona, stringent job on defense, playing tough. Turning back California again. Throw-in's going to be coming up now for the Emperors. This is Ahmad. Throws it in quickly. In front. This is O'Hara. O'Hara, watch him fire it, but Elias is there. Quickly, Elias got over that ball, holding it safely. And he's going to be coming up now, bringing it out for the Condors.
Oh, Jerry O'Hara uses that big body of his very well, kind of like a power forward in the NBA, moving it in there and then just taking the quick right shot. But that was a great save by the Arizona goalie, Elias.
Arizona coming down now. That was Carter. Tripped up on the play. Foul called against the Emperors. Let's take a quick look at exactly what happened there. Fran, your feelings so far in the game and the play?
Well, so far it's just been California coming at the Arizona defense, and the Arizona defense trying to counterattack, and that's what we're going to have to do for at least for the first half until we get grouped up here.
Arizona moving the ball around. This is Faisal Ahmad trying to run it down for California. However, it looks like Arizona's going to maintain possession. That's Josh Dukes. Substitute, he came in to the lineup, replacing Fabian Gonzalez. So we've got number 20, Josh Dukes, replacing number 19, Fabian Gonzalez, for this Arizona Condors team. Right now, though, California's coming down on the run. One more time, the Emperors pressuring. That's 14, Mike Fox. Lopez, now over on this side, normally playing up front to the right. Dukes, after coming to the lineup, in on the play as well. The ball coming out by Elias, over everybody, back to the other end. Goalie Ken Sinchak for California. Talk about the Emperors pressuring. This ball has been on our left side of the field for most of the time tonight. But Arizona has been doing a great job, and now California manages to get this ball back. Josh Dukes, number 20, who came into the game, he was born in San Fernando, Trinidad. Terry Rollins for the Emperors, also born in Trinidad. Both players, American citizens, and in this league, predominantly American citizens, trying to develop the United States player. There's a good mix, a good quality mix of players for both teams. And Carter, the whistle, went down, fouled by California. Arizona is going to set up again here offensively.
This Josh Dukes that came in for Fabian Gonzalez. This is his first year with the Condors, and he's a veteran player from the amateur leagues around Arizona. He's been injured quite often during the year.
California, bring it out. That was Terry Rollins. We just talked about him a few moments ago out of Norton Air Force Base. He had 2 goals last week against San Francisco. One of the reasons it was such a devastation by the Emperors over the Blackhawks. 6-1. 3 goals by O'Hara, 2 by Rollins, and 1 by Richard Lopez. Add them up, you've got a 6-1 victory, California over San Francisco. But tonight, that game doesn't matter because California's got to watch itself here against the Condors. The Condors can score goals, as we mentioned, 3-1 over Salt Lake on the Sting's home field. Bryant, Dwayne Bryant, with the ball for Arizona. Comes across midfield now. That was Rogers, number 7. Looking down to Curlin. Curlin's in front. Cleared out by California. Again, Lawrence Lozano coming over. And the Emperors, 3 goals offensively, looking good. Defensively, looking good as well. Armstrong now for Arizona, bringing it across midfield. He's still got it. Comes to the near side. This is Rogers. Guarded by Faisal Ahmed. Fox came over. Now got over to Stratton. Condors maintain the ball. Stratton got his foot on that one. There was a couple Emperors there. Rogers now. Rogers gets his foot on it. Again, Lawrence is there. Arizona putting a bit of pressure on here in front of the Emperors' goal. Watch another shot coming up, but still the wall, as we'll call it for the Emperors, one more time, putting a little stop on Arizona. And now California comes back. But they're going to lose this ball as Dukes came over, number 20 for Arizona. That was Armstrong going across to the far side, out over the touchline. And it's going to come back now. Possession, California.
Oh, I think right now, the whole game, we're going to see a real battle between Lozano and Curlin right there in the middle. He's a scorer. Lawrence is a defender. I feel that before the night's over, we're going to hear those 2 names quite a bit.
Not only do both teams want to win this game to improve their records and try to get up to the 500 mark, but let me tell you, both of these teams will be battling for one of 3 playoff spots from this APSL Western Conference Southern Division. So every point, every victory, very important at this stage of the game. We're not quite midway through the season yet, but let me tell you, points add up and you need them at all times. This is Faisal Ahmed, 11, out to the far side. Durkin comes up, flicks it across the middle. That was O'Hara heading the ball. A couple players in front. Oliveira tried to trap it, couldn't quite get in position. Still, he's got it on a streaking move. Arizona stop that play off the referee's ankle. Who's going to get it? It's Arizona now. This is Armstrong. Comes across to the near side. Looking for Rogers, number 7. That's Rogers there. Jeff Rogers coming across to the center. Arizona's in position, however. Lozano got there, and it was Daniels. Couldn't quite get his footing. Couldn't quite set up for the shot in time. And before he knew it, Lawrence Lozano was there to take the ball back for the California Emperors.
California is really attacking our defense, and the Arizona Condors are starting to counterattack and starting to take a little of the play to California.
This is California now again in front of the Condors goal. Headed out, cleared out by Arizona. Arizona coming down in the run. Rogers again, he's had the ball a lot. That's Daniels. Daniels now on the near side. Tripped up on the play by number 12. For California, we've got a card on the play. Lozano came over there for California, got the card. We're going to take a look at it, the replay. Dean, give us your perspective.
Well, the guy broke loose, and as you see in the middle, the guy is wide open. So really, it was a dangerous play by Lawrence, but he might have saved a goal because if that ball got through, the guy was one-on-one with the goalie.
Lawrence Lozano, one of the younger players on this Emperor team, but he's got some smarts in terms of soccer. Curlin and Armstrong, they're discussing what's going to come up here on the free kick for Arizona. It comes in across, headed out by California one more time. Emperors playing tough defensively in front of their goal. Bryant now setting up for the throw-in on the far side. Stratton comes over. He's going to take over. He's going to throw it in. And he's going to try to spearhead this Arizona attack. Les Armstrong is there to receive it. Got a couple Emperors. Faisal Ahmed, he's one of them. He's got the ball now. Gets it back to Rollins. Ahmed went down. Foul called against Arizona and California, despite the foul by Armstrong. We'll be setting up here.
Come on, get with him!
Coming across now to the near side to Ahmed. This is Faisal Ahmed, born in Syria. NCAA's second leading scorer for Farley Dickinson. The ball in the middle there. Whistle on the play. That's going to be a costly one against Arizona. Called against Tom Otley, number 17.
Right there, right there. Come on, everybody in!
Richard Ryerson. And Faisal Ahmed.
Come on, referee, can you have the ball down?
Setting things up here. The direct kick coming up here for the Emperors.
Right there. 1/2 step left.
California setting down this Umbro ball, the official ball sponsor of this APSL. You see Elias there. The ball comes in. Elias got his hands on it. Another save by Todd Elias, and it's going to be the Arizona Condors coming back.
Well, and the Condors defense is very young with Elias and Otley. I believe Otley's 19 and Elias is about 22, 23. They've got a great future there because I'm very impressed with the way Otley plays. Very tough defense.
Elias has a birthday coming up June 30th of this month. He'll be turning 24. And I wonder if the Condors will be on the road for his birthday celebration. Condors bring it across now. Lozano. He really dominates this defensive side for California. Faisal Ahmed fell down. No harm, no foul. Rogers on the near side. Rogers setting up. That was Dukes that came in. Back to Rogers now. California coming over. Defensively, California doing a great job of marking this Condor offensive unit. See a great one-on-one battle here on the near side. Cross comes around there. Arizona had a player there. Couldn't quite do it again. That was Curlin. You don't see him make a mistake like that too often. The ball came in, couldn't quite judge it. And California will be coming back.
The Emperors got to go back to their game plan of just one-touch soccer, because once they start dribbling around, the other team's able to double up on them, and then it causes problems because of the ground seem a little bit slippery, and the Emperors are having trouble keeping their feet.
Ken Sinchak, Humboldt State graduate, California Emperors goalkeeper, team leader from the backfield. Arizona. This is Dukes. Well out of bounds. And as Alberto Brew comes over for California, we're going to see the Emperor throw in, Richard Ryerson, who caught us off guard with that first goal of the game. Rollins now on the near side. Rollins has some speed. Arizona had two defenders there, though, primarily Otley. And it's going to be California forcing to set up again here.
Baby, get it up, man.
Jerry O'Hara, number 9. 5 goals in 2 games. This week's APSL Player of the Week, and keeps it up. He may get it back-to-back weeks. Dwayne Bryant. Ball looks like it's going to just trickle over the goal line. Luckily for both teams, this tropical storm Boris has calmed down a bit. Looking at the flag, definitely is not gusting and blowing and shaking all over the place. Actually, there's no movement to it. And when you listen to the weathercasters and hear about the potential of a tropical storm like Boris, you only hope that it either comes or goes when you're not playing. On the near side, this is Fox trying to run down the ball. Couldn't quite get there in time, and both teams, Arizona in its white uniforms and California in its blue and gold uniforms, will be setting up here, going back the other way.
Once again, if the Emperors had distributed that ball just a bit quicker, they would have had the open shot. They've got to get that one touch going. They worked on it all week in practice. Coach Manessa said that all week long he says one touch, one touch, one touch. He let him go free the other day, and they were all doing the one touch, and he thought that all that practice had done some good, but today they're holding the ball just a bit long.
Stratton going to the far side, looking for Carter. Carter couldn't get there in time. That ball was well over him, well over the far touch line, and Lawrence Lozano and his California Emperor unit will be setting up here as we look at Josh Dukes, the substitution, the first half substitution for the Arizona Condors. Throw in now, California. This is Mike Fox. He also played indoor soccer, Wichita Wings. Looking for Faisal Ahmed again. They've been coming down, going to Faisal Ahmed, the wing here on the near side, several times tonight. Mike Fox and company. Mike Fox, there he's going for Durkin. Durkin now has the ball, bringing it in somewhat. Fox again. Trying to look for someone up front. No one was there. Dwayne Bryant was for Arizona, and the Condors now, with Les Armstrong giving it back to his teammate, Tom Otley, will be setting up this time offensively.
Well, that's the kind of movement the Emperors are looking for when they get the ball in Mike Fox's hands, or feet, rather. They need to distribute it quickly, and they did it on that, and they got an opportunity. It just didn't happen for them.
This is Dukes. Back to Armstrong. Armstrong now to Rogers. Rogers back to Armstrong. One more time, Arizona came back. Looked like they'd be setting up for a good shot on goal. Couldn't quite get their footing on it, and now they're going to have to regroup and try things all over again. Philip Carter throwing it in. This is Curlin, Mark Curlin, probably the most experienced player here on this Condor roster. Great season he had last year, along with Wesley Wade, and soon they're going to be teaming up again here. One more time, they come to Ahmed. Ahmed got there, but a little bit too much on that one. Got to Elias too quick. Otley came over. Sliding on the play. Dukes now. Armstrong. Guarded by Ahmed. On the near side, looking for Rogers. But it's going to be Alberto Bru, who flicks it back to his teammate and Emperor goalkeeper, Ken Sinchak.
Well, it just is what we talked about before. California has gone away from the one touch a little bit, and it's let Arizona back in the game because we're able to double team them a little bit and counterattack quicker, and we're now getting back in this ball game. And if we can get one more goal, I think you're going to really see a ball game out here.
The one-touch style, something that Real Meneses and Sam Khalil have been working with their players on for many, many months now. The style that they're trying to bring to this Emperor organization, the style that they hope can make the Emperors a force to reckon with, and a style that they hope can help the Emperors beat the Arizona Condor team tonight here in Mesa, Arizona. Arizona now came down again. Ken Sinchak throwing it on the near side. Faisal Ahmed. He's a roughing. Seems to be in on the thick of things every time, offensively, defensively. Talented player. Fox now out to the far side. That's Durkin. Bill Durkin into Ryerson. Durkin now comes across, headed out by Arizona. Armstrong dove and headed that one out. And now the Emperors backtracking a bit. We're going to watch Lawrence Lozano get it back to goalie Ken Sinchak, and that's the end of the first half here. Mesa Community College to site. The California Emperors leading the Arizona Condors 3-1. That's the scoreboard. We're going to step aside for 2 quick minutes. When we return, our California Emperors halftime report right here on the Prime Ticket Network. The California Emperors would like to invite all students, and everyone for that matter, to their next home professional soccer game Friday, June 22nd against the Colorado Foxes. School's out. It's celebration time. The Emperors will help you kick off summer vacation with this professional soccer spectacle. The game begins at 7:30 at the University of Redlands in Redlands, California, east of San Bernardino off Highway 10. Call 714-335-2963 for ticket information. And remember, this is an end-of-school party you won't want to miss. Win their 4th game. The Emperors are looking for victory number 3 in a row. Right now, during our California Emperors halftime report, let's talk about the World Cup. Competition going on in Italy, the U.S. team competing for the first time after qualifying. They were there many times before via invitation. The first time they've qualified, all eyes focusing on Italy. Back here at home, many people rooting for the U.S. team over in Arizona. And joining us now during our halftime report, Tony Koleski, the president, the owner of the Arizona Condors. And tell me, you've got a player playing there in Italy. It must be very exciting times here for the folks in Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, it really is. And John Stallmeyer is an exceptional person as well as an exceptional player. We're looking forward for him to come back and play with the Arizona Condors, but we're still rooting for him so that the U.S. team can do well over there.
Now, John's a starting midfielder for the U.S. team. Assess the chances. Everyone says the U.S. is a big underdog. Your feelings on exactly what we think we're going to get out of this?
Well, I tell you, I spoke with John, and the morale, the spirit of the American team is very, very high. They relate themselves to the hockey championship several years ago, and they think that they can do well. They may not win, but they think that they're going to be able to do well this year, and of course we're supporting them.
We'll be with them all the way. I know you're doing a great job here with the youth players of Phoenix. Maybe we'll have some future World Cup players coming right out of here of Arizona.
Oh, I think think we're going to have some World Cup players right off the Arizona Condors. We've got some superb players. They're all young. They're young players. They need an awful lot of experience. But I just know that they're going to come on. And in '94, when the World Cup's here in the USA, I think you're going to see some Condors on there.
Should be fun. Tony, thanks for your time. Good luck the second half. Good luck the rest of the way with the Condors.
Thank you very much.
Tony Koleski, the president, the owner of the Arizona Condors. Right now, the Arizona Condors coming back on the field, joining them, the California Emperors. We're getting ready to join the second half of our coverage, this APSL showdown, the California Emperors and the Arizona Condors. We're going to step aside for one quick break. When we return, the second half, our showdown continues. The Arizona Condors hosting the California Emperors. We'll be back right after this brief timeout right here on the Prime Ticket Network. The ball, Dukes number 20. With us again in the second half, Dean Foley of the California Emperors, Fran Bacon, the Arizona Condors. And Fran, if you're Coach Adrian Webster on the sideline, what would you be doing? What would you have told your team at halftime? Try to turn this game around here in the second half.
Well, at halftime, he had to say one thing, and that was they had to come out and score the first goal. If California gets the first goal, it's going to be a long night. If Arizona gets the goal, we got a wide open ball game.
Having talked with Dean Foley at halftime, 9 goals so far for the Emperors in its last 2 games, and game number 2 isn't even over. Dean, you got to be pleased with the goal total so far, and hopefully from the Emperors' perspective, it can continue.
Yeah, I wish we had a couple more goals from the San Francisco game right now, though, Dave.
6 goals to 1. California not getting any points for goals 4, 5, and 6, but you could call a little icing on the cake. And if you're the coaches of the California Emperors, you got to be pleased. Real Meneses, you know he's happy. Intent, though, this game's not over. Still a lot of time to go here. 45 minutes here in the second half of our 90 minutes of regulation play, and his team's leading 3-1, but hey, this is soccer. Anything can happen, and some goals can happen in a hurry.
We got a hustle, Blue!
Arizona moving the ball around. They're at midfield. This is Stratton. Moon. Daniels. That's Curlin. He's got the ball. Double team by California. Ahmed and De Oliveira, but Curlin, he got back in there. As California comes down on the run, we talked about Adrian Webster at halftime, the Arizona coach. He's intent as well. He needs a victory here. This will give him 4 victories this season. Right now, his team's standing in 3rd place in this APSL Western Conference Southern Division. However, he's got many more games to go. A little over half of the season still remains, and every victory, which is worth 6 points if you get it in regulation or overtime, can mean a lot in terms of moving a team up the league scoring standing ladder. Throw-in coming up now. This is Mike Fox in the near side. Mike Fox, acquired by the Emperors about 3-4 weeks ago from the Wichita Wings of the MISL. Moon came over, made things difficult for California. Still, this is Brew. Fox, Brew. Brew now across midfield, looking down to the near side. Scramble. A couple players went down. Otley responsible for getting the ball back to the Condors. And now Arizona comes back. Armstrong again. He's been all over this field for Arizona tonight. Dwayne Bryant into the middle. Looking for number 7, Rogers. Rogers out to the far side. Armstrong is there. Now this is Bryant again. Coming to the near side. Arizona coming down on the run. Fox is there marking Rogers. California, most notably Lawrence Lozano, breaking that play up. Still Arizona will be throwing the ball in here. They're at midfield. Stratton over to Armstrong. Back to Rogers, moving the ball around nicely. Coming to the near side. This is Curlin. Curlin's got talent. Armstrong now. Armstrong coming in. Lozano was there. Both players kind of fell over like a ladder without the bottom stilts. And this is Rollins now on the far near side. Moon forcing the ball out. And Richard Lopez, who's been racking up goals. A goal here, a goal there. Watched it go out. The throw in now for California. Headed back by Arizona, but Rollins. Ball comes across by Brew, but into the hands of Elias. And now 17, Otley. Going to bring the Condors down. Field as he crosses midfield. California again. Some action in front of the goal there. It's going to go out to the far corner. This is Dukes, number 20. Stops it in time. California is there again. Now, I don't want to speak too soon, but you've got to be pleased, Dean, with the California Emperors' defense so far tonight.
The defense is giving up a little, but they're always standing tough, and Lawrence has been marking Curlin very well, and just like last week with Townsend Chin, the less you hear Mark Curlin's name, the better off it is for the Emperors.
As we're in the beginning minutes of the second half, the substitution for California that happened during the halftime, Armando Seca coming in for Bill Durkin. This is Curlin. The ball moving rather fastly, beating the camera to go out over the far line, and it's going to come back. You know, taking a look at the numbers for the first half, the stats, you've got to be impressed with California. 10 shots on goal. California, the last few games, pouring on the offense. 10 shots on goal by California, 5 for Arizona. Saves, 3 for the Condors. When you fire the ball as many times as California did, you know the Condors are going to have some saves up there. Fouls, 9 for California, 5 for Arizona. And corner kicks, 2 for the Emperors, none for Arizona. And the one offside called against California. California still with the ball on the far side, moving it down. Weissel. You can even hear his teammates yelling at him. And we're way up here in the booth. Setting it back, that ball was fired, but Elias was there. Came down, stopped it, gave control to Arizona. He came out, went to Curlin, who quickly went back to Rogers, but California again takes over. Fox on the near side. This is Ryerson streaking in. Brew coming out to Fox, chipping it in front. Richard Lopez slipping it low in front of the goal, but none of his teammates were there, and it's going to go back over to Arizona. Despite the humidity, despite the changing climate, California, they're coming out here ready to play. Curlin, though, on the run. He's got 2 Emperors there, but Curlin, he can get by anyone. He's got talent. He's shown it. He's proved it. And he likes to demonstrate every time out. A few words there with Alberto Brew. Curlin turns around, goes back the other way. Brew still trying to get a word in edgewise, but nothing's going to happen. But we're going to take a look at see what happened. The replay on that play as Brew stands over the ball. Dean?
Well, it looks like Alberto and Curlin are battling very hard, and just a little frustration there. They've been marking him very well and very hard tonight. And anytime a goal scorer can't get the opportunity, he's going to do anything he can to create it.
This is Ryerson at midfield with the trap, trying to get it back to De Oliveira, but it was Lozano who goes out to the far side to Armando Ceja, who received the red card at Colorado 2 weeks ago, sat out the San Francisco game, but he's been brought in here. Rogers for Arizona coming across midfield. Jeff Rogers, now it's Armstrong. Armstrong getting it up to his men up front. Arizona's in position. Watch for a shot coming up here. Oh, but one more time, California putting a great job on the field defensively, turning back Arizona. They're in front, but they can't get in. California's there every time.
They're getting in the way, and they're really scrapping down there, showing a lot of heart. I'm really impressed with the way California is trying to stop this high-powered Arizona offense.
Heart is something that Real Benessis is trying to drill into this team. He knows that to be a competitive soccer team, especially when you get a long season, your heart's got to be in this game. And the Emperors have shown heart the last few weeks. Losing their first 6 games, 0-6. They were the laugh of the league, I guess you could say, in some circles. But after their victory last week over San Francisco, they became the talk of the league. And they're hoping to continue that pace and become a focal point of conversations around this professional league for many, many more weeks to come. On the near side, this is Richard Lopez. Coming into the middle, Rollins was streaking. Rollins had speed. Arizona, there defensively. Still Rollins hasn't given up. Give that guy some credit. Lopez came up as well, knocking the ball out. Arizona's going to come back offensively.
Terry Rollins never gives up on the ball, and what I'm seeing out here tonight is that every time it seems Mike Fox touches the ball, he's creating something offensively. He's given 110%, and he's really making the difference in this game. But with hustle like Rollins and Faisal Ahmad and Richard Ryerson, the Emperors cannot go wrong in this game. Their midfield is playing very, very tough.
Arizona here on the near side. One more time, it's Curlin. They're going to him a lot. They know he can be the difference in this game, and they know he can be responsible for getting Arizona a victory. Rogers now brings it across, centering the ball well over everybody. Dukes was running, couldn't quite get there in time, couldn't quite get in the position he wanted, and that ball went over the goal line. And it's going to be the Emperors coming down again here. Ken Sinchak. He's been doing well.
Well, the Emperors' defense is keeping them away from the goal, and once they do get the ball inside the box, they're swarming around it like bees on honey and really making it difficult for the Arizona Condors to get a very clear shot without going through at least 3 or 4 bodies.
Stratton here at midfield for Arizona. The ball's going to come out here to the near side, and as the ball goes out, we're going to step aside for one quick 30-second break here on the Prime Ticket Network. Our coverage of this APSL showdown between the California Emperors and the Arizona Condors will continue. We're going to be back here to Mesa, Arizona. Exciting professional soccer action still ahead right here during our coverage of the California Emperors.
The Lacho Copa Select, #1 in soccer shoes and #1 for the pros. When the world's best show up at the World Cup, you can be assured Lacho won't miss a kick. The soccer difference, Lacho Copa Select, the leader in soccer footwear. Lacho equipment's available throughout Southern California, Chick Sporting Goods, Covina, Upland, Laguna Hills, Yorba Linda, Oceanside, and the Tustin Marketplace.
La Opinion, the Spanish-language newspaper, brings you bilingual coverage of World Cup Championship soccer. Only from La Opinion, the daily newspaper with a tradition in sports.
Back here in Mesa, Arizona, the Emperors on the run again, but Arizona's there, making it difficult for California here in the second half. Dwayne Bryant. A lot of action there. Ball's going to go against Arizona. Ball's going to come over to the California Emperors. Dwayne Bryant called with the foul. Terry Rollins receiving the foul is on the ground. You know California's going to probably try to wear some time off of this clock here, leading 3-1. It's only natural. You see it happen both ways in soccer.
It's natural, but it's sometimes very dangerous when you become complacent and try and work the clock down. In my opinion, you really need to play aggressive and play hard the whole game, unless you're getting tired or dehydrated because of the heat and they're not used to the humidity. But I really feel that, you can become complacent, and that's not good, because if they come back and tie it, they got to have that drive to win this game.
Definitely, with a lot of time left here on the clock, you don't want to come back and play passive soccer at all. You want to be aggressive. Keep the pace going in your favor. You want to be able to control the momentum.
I don't feel that the Emperors as a team don't go work like that. These guys are very hungry. They know that they can be in third place if they get a sweep this weekend, and it's very important to win the first game on a road trip, because then you know you're going to come away with a split no matter what.
Back into the hands of Elias. Ball comes across the center circle. California here looking for Lopez right at midfield. Lopez to Rollins. This is Ryerson again. Another of the Emperor players with a lot of experience. A nice blend of players here. Youth, experience, and this team's sure coming together the last few weeks here. That's Seca, his classic shot. You can spot that a mile away, but Elias was there to get his hands on it. And the Condors now get it out to Curlin here. Nice move there by Curlin. Beat out Berto Brew on the play, but teammate Ryerson backing up Brew. He came over. Emperor saying this ain't going to be easy, Arizona. You want to get in this game, you're going to have to work. But Arizona's making sure that California doesn't run away with this game either. A couple whistles on the play. Stratton now setting up the free kick for Arizona. One across to the far side. This is Otley. Number 17, Tom Otley. Again, California. Ahmed gets it back to Simchek. On the near side, this is Brew. Fox. Ryerson coming down to the near side, but Fox goes back to Brew. California continues to run. The continues to try to maintain the tempo here. Arizona knows the pressure's on this Condor organization to change the way this game's going, but right now it's going in favor of the California Emperors. If you look at the scoreboard here in the second half, you see that the Emperors maintain their 2-goal-to-none lead, 3-1. It's been there for the past few moments. It's still there, and unless Arizona does something, the Emperors are going to maintain their lead. Jason Moon, number 5, coming up for the throw-in. If the Emperors do win this game, because they have 3 goals, they'll get the maximum allowed for a win in this league, and that's 9. That's going to do wonders for moving the Emperors up in the standings. There you see Ken Sinchak.
Let's not get flat-footed, let's face the ball!
Arizona bringing the ball out of the backfield. Right at midfield now to the near side. That was Moon centering the ball. Arizona. One more time. Curlin, he brings it across the center. There! Oh, that ball just got by in front of the goal. California lucky to get away with that one. Arizona came down. A great job setting things up. Offensively, another good shot on goal. And just when Arizona made its second substitution, the Condors come down. Greg Viets, number 16, coming in for number 20, Josh Dukes for the Condors. That means Arizona has no more substitutions in this game. Ken Sinchak, he can take a breath right now. He was there on the ropes. Arizona came down. Perfect position for the header. With that ball off the noggin, just in front of the goal. And it's going to be time now for California to come back. This is Fox. That was one of those shots that you like to see over and over again. Makes you really intent. Gets the emotions going in this game. Viets now is in the field for Arizona. California watching the ball go out here on the near side. Curlin again. Alberto Brew. That's the evening of soccer for AB. His teammates refer to him. In this situation, AB always battling. He's doing a job marking Curlin. Curlin, although he's got talent, he's going to have to work for it, especially if Brew continues to mark him as they come down here.
Push up!
Otley now. Coming the ball across, looking for Curlin.
Don't give him a shooting lane!
Headed out. Who else? Battling Brew.
No, the Condors are really putting pressure on the Emperors now. They're pulling up their fullbacks to back up the ball that's coming out and give them some reinforcement.
Stratton here on the near side. The throw in for Arizona. Curlin again. Condors are hoping he's going to be the tool that's going to get him off and going here.
Well, Curlin's showing you that he's just not a goal scorer. He's got some great moves, and on that last cross that they just missed at the header, he shows that he's an assist man as well as a scorer.
Corner kick coming up now for the Arizona Condors. Rogers bringing it in high over everyone, but there's some Condor players there. Scramble for it in front. Ball got out. Bryant. Veach. Back to Otley. On the near side now, this is Stratton. Stratton bringing it across center. Bryant going for it again there. Another whistle, another foul. And we're going to watch the teams go back the other way. California getting away that one. Keeping Arizona out of the goal. And if you're looking at it from the Emperor's perspective, you hope that you can continue to get the breaks and continue to keep doing things well defensively. Because Arizona, you can see it right now, coming down, powering offensively. They know there's not a heck of a lot of time to go. Still plenty of time to get back and swing things around in this APSL showdown. But as we talk, as we watch the action, that clock's ticking, and it's ticking away. Ball comes across midfield now. Another whistle, another foul, and back to Arizona. Arizona setting up on the far side. We see number 5, Moon. Free kick coming in high, coming in hard. California, AB. Getting it out, and now it's Stratton. Coming on the near side. Rogers. Rollins came in, sliding tackle there, but still Arizona's got the ball in front. Veach fired! The ball got by for a goal! Mark Curlin, a goal for the Arizona Condors, getting it by Ken Sinchak, and it's now a 3-2 game. Arizona back in this game, only trailing by 1 now. This is some evening of soccer. The Arizona Condors, goal number 2. Beats the assist, getting it over to Curlin. Number 10, we got to look at the replay. If you're an Arizona Condor player, you're happy right now. 65 minutes into this game, it's the goal. There's the firing shot. Mr. Bacon, your thoughts?
Oh, Greg Beach, the substitute that came in for Josh Stoops, made that pass to Curlin. And, of course, Curlin has one of the hardest shots in this league. And this is what I talked about. They scored the goal. Now California is going to be at a disadvantage because they're going to be roaring to get that next one.
Officially, that goal coming 65 minutes, 40 seconds into this game. It's turning out to be a dandy. 3-2 right now, Emperors. Momentum, though, switching in favor of Arizona. You can see it watching this game. Emperors got to regroup. They got to take over charge here. They want to hold on and win this APSL game. 3-2, the score. Plenty of time left, about 24 minutes to go here in regulation play. We very well could go to overtime. We'll see what happens. We're going to be with you right here on the Prime Ticket Network. Lozano to Brew, AB at midfield. Coming down here, the near side looking for O'Hara. O'Hara, a great job of keeping that ball in play. Over to the far side, Ceja. Ceja coming down now. Back into the middle. This is Fox. Fox to Ceja. Ceja setting up. Ceja fires. That one's well over the top, and we are going to step aside for a quick commercial break right here on the Prime Ticket Network. Arizona, they're hot. It's 3-2 right now on the scoreboard. We're going to step aside, but you can bet we'll be back with more action here from Mesa, Arizona.
And now, for the 3rd consecutive year, Acura has again ranked #1 in the J.D. Power & Associates Customer Satisfaction Index survey with product quality and dealer service. Acura Legend, an automobile engineered for the joy of driving. Recognized for an ownership experience second to none. #1 in the J.D. Power Customer Satisfaction Index survey with product quality and dealer service for 3 years in a row. Every year it's been eligible. The 1990 Legend Sedan and Coupe. Precision crafted performance. Acura.
It's your call.
Hey, what did the fans think?
Hey, Bill, you know, if you ask me, these players are making too much money today. What, you got 250 hitters making $1 million, $2 million a year? Come on, what do teachers make, or plumbers?
If you want to get involved, it's 1-800-628-2255.
Bill, that last caller was full of it. It's the owners who are making too much money. The players deserve their fair share.
If you like diversity, you are going to love this show.
It's your call with Bill McDonald on Prime Ticket.
We're talking fun.
For outdoor enthusiasts, Prime Ticket offers an array of shows. If fishing is your hobby, travel up north as Prime Ticket presents Canadian Sport Fishing. And a little closer to home, there's Fishing the West. And don't forget Outdoor Magazine for an informative look into life in the great outdoors. It's an outdoorsman's dream. Canadian Sport Fishing, Fishing the West, and Outdoor Magazine, only on Prime Ticket.
Here in Mesa, Arizona, the Emperors on the move in front of the Arizona goal, where that one's over the top. And the Condors trailing 3-2, definitely back in this game. They're going to be coming back here, trying to get that 3rd goal and tie this score up. Right now, the Emperors have the ball in front of the Arizona Condor goal, and what a game this is turning out to be. Both of these teams here, they know a victory in this game could mean a lot in terms of standings, in terms of making the playoffs, and in terms of the future for them. Themselves, they're looking to go into the playoffs. Corner kick, Mike Fox is there for California. Fox now comes in. That's in front of the goal. Several players are there, but California couldn't muster anything on that play. And it's going to be goal kick coming back now for the Arizona Condors. Dean Foley, things things are quieting down a bit for California here. They know that they've got to get the momentum going back. They know they're capable, and I think the coaches know that as well. And we're just going to have to sit back and see exactly how this game unfolds for us here in Mesa, Arizona.
They just got to go back to their original, how they played in the first half, and that's that touch passing, spreading the field out, creating opportunities for them. The ball's been down at the California defensive end for most of the second half, and goals are bound to happen with an explosive team. The Emperors are playing tough, but they just need to really get back to that touch style passing, short passing, and work it up the field.
Looking at the clock, about 20 minutes to go, more or less. Still a lot of time here, and you definitely don't want to hold on by the skin of your teeth. The shot fired, but Ken Sinchak is there. Rogers got a good foot on it. Curves right in there. Ken Sinchak, though, on his mark. Stop that ball. Chalk up another save for Ken Sinchak. Sinchak knows he could be very responsible for getting this team remotivated. Ken Sinchak out of Humboldt State. He's done a good job. 2 goals scored against him, but hey, he stopped his share tonight. He's done a great job so far, doing it again this evening. And I know the coaching staff and the players for the Emperors are hoping that they can keep things going here offensively. On the far side, the Emperors were trying to come down, but Veach, the recent substitution got in there. This is Rogers now, coming out to the near side. Daniels, Arizona on the run. Boy, are they pressuring. Ryerson got in there, though. A good hustle on the play. Lopez tried to come back and was broken up, though, by Arizona. Curlin's there again. Him and Lopez go down. Call that big-time wrestling. No harm, no foul, though. Fisher comes over quickly on the play. You like to see that. You like to see the officials taking charge, bringing both players over. He's talking to both players. We want to look at the replay and see exactly what happened there. Emotions flying high. Dean Foley, from your vantage point.
Well, it just looks like they both just kind of put a wrestling move on him. Curlin took Richard down. He didn't like it. The tempers are getting a little bit hot here because the emotions are high. Both these teams want a victory very bad here, especially Arizona on their home court.
Back to the action. This is Curlin. A nice pass backwards to Stratton. Stratton brings it across. Emperors are there. Guess who? Lawrence Lozano. Now California comes back. Richard Lopez trying to get a move on his man on the near side here. Trips up. He goes down. Foul called against Bryant for Arizona. Free kick coming back now for the California Emperors. California leading 3-2, trying to hang on here. But just as easy as they got on the board early, 3-0, they can get the steam going back, and they can take over possession here. The official coming over to have a word or two with the coach for the Emperors, Rildo Meneses. You know, tensions have got to be flying high here. The Emperors, they need this victory. No other way about it. Down the near side, Rollins has got a foot race on there for California. The Emperors are going to maintain possession here. Throw in coming up. Terry Rollins, he'll be bringing it in for California. Both teams now setting up here. Emperors offensively. Arizona defensively. Mike Fox comes over to take over the throwing in honors for California. Gets it to AB. AB brings it across, looking for someone who's there. Faisal was there, tried to get up, couldn't get up high enough. Armstrong then took over for Arizona, getting it back into the hands of Elias. And the Condors, as they've done so many times here in the second half, they'll be coming back offensively. De Oliveira, the header, stopping Arizona only momentarily. Stratton now to the far side, but the Emperors do get the ball back. This is Ceja, Armando Ceja. I'm sure he's pleased to be back in the lineup after sitting out the San Francisco game. That must be tough, knowing that you're physically fit and also knowing that you can't play with your team in the game. AB, Mike Fox, De Oliveira, Alex Antonio Santos De Oliveira. This is Bryant coming down, streaking for Arizona. Both players looking for Daniels. He's got some room on the far side. Sinchak runs the ball down, and it's going to come back now for Arizona. Corner kick coming up for the Condors. Again, they're putting the pressure on. They're looking good offensively. Give this Condor team some credit. They fell behind early, came back slowly but surely. Jeff Rogers, he's over there on the far side. The team setting up in front of the goal. California got tested last week against San Francisco. The same type of situation. Townsend Kin. Comes in low, didn't do much. Emperor's a good job there defensively, but still, it's going back to Arizona. Faisal Ahmad, he's a hustler.
Watch it coming to the middle.
Definitely earns his paycheck. Corner kick again. We see the setup. We see the ball coming in. Several players are there to enter. That ball, though, is high. Curlin one more time in position. Couldn't quite get his head on it how he wanted to. That ball went a bit high, and the Emperors one more time. They come away this one clean.
You bet every time that the Arizona Condors have got a chance with a free kick or a corner kick, they're going to throw everything they can at the California Emperors because they want to tie this game up early to give them the opportunity to get the win.
Sinchak is back there in goal, and Lozano comes back over them to help out. Lozano, as he does so many times, uses his power to bring that ball across midfield. O'Hara was there. Almost lost it. Lopez quickly on it. Bryant, though, takes it back over for the Condors. This is Rogers, number 7. Ryerson, great job of marking AB. This was to Lopez, and now Ryerson. He's taking charge, bringing it across. We got it in the middle of the field. This is Fox looking for Lopez on the near side. Lopez is coming across. Sliding tackle, out of bounds. Great play by the Condors. Carter, number 12, Philip Carter, stopping the Emperors here, forcing them to regroup and set up for the throw-in on the near side. Great defense. Let's take a look at it by Arizona. Arizona dominating things offensively, coming back defensively as well. You see, sliding tackle there, knocking the ball out, and the Emperors now are going to be throwing the ball in. Terry Rollins was there, but again, Mike Fox comes over. Maybe one of those tactics to slow down a bit of time. Fox patiently setting to throw the ball up there. You see the large crowd here at Mesa, Arizona behind him. About 13 minutes to go in this game. Arizona stopping that drive, bringing it back. California, though. Curlin at midfield, got above Brew. Rogers is there, trying to save that ball. The substitution that we saw a few moments ago for California, number 7, Kurt Allen, coming into the game for Richard Lopez. Lopez coming out of the game. He's played great the past few weeks. A determined player, a player that we've seen progress nicely during this season. He scored several goals for the Emperors, something around 4 the past few games, and all the goals are important in this APSL Western Conference. You get a point per goal scored in regulation time. We've seen a handful of them tonight. This is Bryant, number 6, and Fox. Now we'll be setting things down for the Emperors. Time-wise, we got about 12 and a half minutes to go. This is Brew. Brew to Ryerson. Ryerson to Fox. Fox comes through. Goes way out to the far side. A long boot. We're going to see some ticks come off of that clock. And we're going to see Arizona watching the ball boys hustle that ball down. And Arizona trailing here 3-2. Is going to be setting up offensively. Coming back. Elias will be putting the ball into play. Headed out there. Great play on the far side for California, and one more time it's back to Elias, and every time that happens, more time ticks off this clock. And that's something the Emperors are banking on here during this APSL showdown. Philip Carter, number 12, he's bringing the ball down for Arizona. Fox is there, Ryerson comes over, still Carter has the ball, back to Stratton. Broken up there, Kurt Allen, the recent substitution. Knocks it back, Condors forced to set up again here. A lot of time ticking off this clock.
I think that was a good substitution by Coach Meneses because Kurt Allen is a hustler, and it looked like the Emperors were getting a little bit tired there, probably because of the humidity and loss of water. Kurt Allen always gives 120%, and I think that right now he's going to come in here and mix it up a little bit and win some of those 50-50 balls that the Emperors haven't been getting recently.
Arizona now coming back on the attack, trying to get by this determined Emperor defense. The ball comes out to the near side, and just as the Emperors take as much time as they possibly can to throw it in, the Condors rush to get it in as soon as they possibly can. This is Carter. Carter's in front. Another good job defensively by the Emperors. Arizona one more time. This is going to be Rogers, number 7. The crowd's getting behind this team here. Second half action. 3-2. California.
They're pulling everybody up, Dave, on that far side. They're gonna rush it. They're gonna try and put it in right now. You can tell.
And I bet you Curlin's going to be right there in position. They know he's their man. Stratton.
Hey, referee!
Arizona moving around here. Players coming in. It's over everybody. Headed up high. What's going to happen with possession? Whistle, foul.
It's a high kick.
Looks like a high kick on the play there. Arizona here in good position. California back against the wall defensively. They've come out of this situation many times before, and we'll see what happens here. Arizona setting up.
Usually off this play, you'll see Curlin take a shot, but they're trying to fool California. They've seen the team play before, so I guess they know he's going to do the shooting.
California there on defense, tried to save the ball, couldn't keep it in play. Still, Faisal Ahmad kicked that one well out over the far touchline. Rogers, he's going to go over to the far side. The corner kick comes up, this one high. What's going to happen? Another shot there, but it came out off the head to the near side. From this angle, tough to see that ball, but one more time, Arizona setting up. This is Curlin. Watch him take the shot. He's going to be setting up here. Curlin, they know he's the man. Rollins is there. Great job of marking, and the Emperors get the ball back. Boy, this is becoming a very, very intense game here. Final minutes, Mesa, Arizona. Arizona, the Condors need the point. That ball's over everybody. California got away this time, one more time, and I know the Emperors can take a big breath here, leading 3-2. Arizona, they're pressuring here, and they're pressuring every time down.
The Emperors are really taking a gut check here, and they're coming up smelling like roses. They're really playing tough D back there, not giving an inch, and Ken Sintrek's doing a great job leading the troops back there.
About 8 minutes to go unofficially in this game. This APSL showdown between the California Emperors and the Arizona Condors. The official time, as it always is in soccer, is being kept on the fields. If you're a coach in this game right now, this has got to be some type of moment for you. Real Jimenez, his team's leading, but he knows this is becoming some game, and he knows Arizona could score at any moment, just like the Emperors could get things going. They've put the goals together. This is Kurt Allen trying to get to the ball. Arizona there. Carter, number 12. And it's going to be Arizona with about 7.5 minutes to go. Coming back here offensively. Adrian Webster, the coach for Arizona. He's got to be pleased with his team. They've hung in this game, and they're right in the thick of things here. Adrian Webster and his Condors only trailing by a point, and with about 7 minutes to go, that's plenty of time to turn this thing around. Arizona now comes across. One more time, Curlin was there, tried to get that foot on the ball, but couldn't quite do it. Out over the goal line. It's going to come back now for the California Emperors.
That was a cross from Jeff Rogers. He always looks for Curlin, and Curlin knows he's going to get the ball if he's anywhere near open.
Let's take a look at the replay. Arizona coming down, and again, they come over to Curlin. Dean, from your angle.
Well, anytime that I'd see a ball coming near Curlin, I'd have 3 guys on, because this guy is just very explosive. He could score anytime he touches the ball, and he's just showing a lot of athletic ability out there. I'm very, very impressed with him.
Watch out for this Condors team when Wesley Wade joins the lineup from the Sockers. He'll be teaming up with Curlin, and as they did last year, it's going to be a very, very deadly 1-2 punch.
And don't forget John Stolmeyer is playing with the U.S. national team right now in the midfield.
Adrian Webster, Tony Koleski doing a great job putting together this Condor organization. But on the other hand, got to be pleased with the Emperors, a first-year team. They were the kickers last year, but a sale and new owners, a new front office, a new organization, new coaches, new players, new everything. Basically a first-year team, and They got up to a slow start, but it was an education for them. They played better each game out, and even though they lost several games at the start, they were very close games and games that California was in the whole way. And when they started winning at Colorado, it kind of turned things around psychologically for the team. The attitude started getting more and more positive, and right now they're trying to stay in this game against Arizona. The Condors setting up here again offensively. This is Stratton going down. That was Daniels. Shot came across. Arizona firing every time down. Armstrong was there. Not quite on the target that he wanted to go on. And California, as this clock ticks down, about 5 minutes to go here, they're going to be coming down offensively. And we'll see what happens. Bet on this one being a very exciting finish. Ken Sinchak, the goalie, is back there for the ball. Kurt Allen is helping out. The substitution by Real de Meneses in the second half, bringing some fresh energy to the front line of California. Richard Lopez. We saw him hustling a lot this game, and all these players have got to be getting toward the tired point here. Another foul, this time against California. And the Condors will be setting up here again offensively. The first half, we saw California controlling the ball this same end of the field most of the first half, and now in the second half, it's Arizona. Something about this half of the field. But either way, some game we've got going here. This wind may be coming up again. Tropical storm Boris. He's been resting, maybe watching this game from his vantage point. That's that tropical storm from Mexico. We hope that it doesn't approach us here in the final few minutes from Mesa, Arizona. But you can never predict the weather. Arizona coming back again. They've got the ball in front. The Oliveira's there to get a foot on it. One more time. Condor set up. Oliveira slid. Managed to get it. O'Hara came up too. Beach over to Rogers now. Arizona. Oh, right in front there. Who was there? California. Broke it up. Beach again. Curlin. Another shot. This time, though, same result for Curlin. At least the last few minutes. Didn't get in California. They're going to set back up here offensively. And if you got to give points to a team for minutes of possession, Arizona dominating the second half. Let's take a look at the replay. Dean Foley, I know you saw it well from where you're sitting. Call it for us.
Oh, it looks like Rogers here just got loose. Once again, going over across the middle. Brew hit it. Ryerson hit it. And there he is again, Mr. Curlin, with a nice shot, but just didn't quite get enough of it. But
Number 16 for Arizona, Greg Vietz. A great second half substitution, helping out on that play, getting the ball over to Curlin.
Yeah, Coach Webster made a great substitution there. This guy's really added a lot to their offense and pushing the ball up. And
that was O'Hara getting over to Faisal. Faisal trying to get it to Rollins, but California just can't seem to get things going here offensively. They're leading, though. They can afford to let things get away as long as they can make sure Arizona doesn't get in. One more time to the near side. Curlin, he was running hard. Couldn't get there, and now California's going to come back, and they're going to try to take as much time as possible setting up, coming down here, but still they can't slack off too much because this Arizona team is sure pressuring. And just when we talk about it, Arizona there taking the ball back. This is Moon, number 5. Coming in again. Vietz, number 16. He fires it around off to the far side. That ball's going to make it to the running track. The ball boy is going to try to get there in time. More time's going to tick off the clock. Right now, we're under 2 minutes to go here unofficially. Tensions are going to start mounting. It's emotional time for both teams. California under 2 minutes away from its 3rd straight victory. Arizona 2 minutes away from, well, if they can get a goal, from tying this game up.
The wind started to pick up again. It's really blowing right in Ken Sinchak's face, and it's very tough to kick the ball out like that, and that's causing Arizona to get a lot of pressure in here.
Very easy to get dust and sand and dirt in your eyes when this wind kicks up. It happened to everyone during our pregame show, and it seems to be happening again here. This is Otley for Arizona. Condors know they don't got a lot of time left. A great job there on the play. Kurt Allen, the second half substitution, giving the Emperors some more time, allowing California to watch the time click off here. Back into Allen. Whistle on the play.
And that's Kurt Allen again. Kurt Allen just always giving 110%. He's a hustler and he's a scrapper. And he's really come in with some slide tackles that have made a difference and taken some time off the clock. And it's just a great substitution once again by the coaches.
Let's take a look at that replay and see exactly what happened there on the whistle, the play. Fran Bacon.
Kurt got a caution because he kicked the ball away and wasn't sportsmanlike.
There was no foul.
The clock says under a minute to go. Arizona in front. Coming up, but boy, that ball was cleared out nicely by Lawrence Lozano. California has it there, but it's going to come back to Arizona to throw in. Arizona's going to be setting things up here rather quickly. California hoping to hang on here. Arizona's going to lose the ball on the near side. Curlin ran for it. Curlin couldn't quite get there in time. All the seconds have ticked off the clock. The official probably giving a bit of injury time here. We'll see how long he lets this one go. The official, as they do in all soccer games, determine exactly when this game is going to end. It's supposed to be 90 minutes of regulation play, but he can add on time if there's an injury or a caution or whatever he feels fit to do. Lawrence Lozano trying to get as much foot on that ball as possible. Couldn't quite get it across midfield, and Arizona's going to have another chance here as long as time permits. The header coming up in front of the goal. Watch Arizona coming on the move. The ball just across, but Arizona couldn't quite get there. Looking for Daniel streaking down. Veach kicked it across to him. And one more time, California right there, hanging in there, leading 3-2. If everything works out well, this could be a California Emperor victory. We're going to stay right with this game. The final seconds here of this second half, the final seconds of this regulation 90 minutes of play. A great game this has turned out to be. Arizona just what it looked like. California may dominate this thing early. They came right back. That's the official whistle. The California Emperors have done it. Victory number 3 in a row. We're going to step aside here. The celebrations going on the field. The Arizona Condors can't believe it. They lose at home, but the Emperors, they love it. Victory number 3 in a row. We're going to step aside. We're going to be back with a post-game show we're going to have right here on the Prime Ticket Network.
More on the defensive line.
A shocking 6-1 triumph over the San Francisco Bay Blackhawks. June 8th, Mesa, Arizona. The Emperors posting their 3rd straight victory. Jerry O'Hara recording 2 more goals on the night. And California outlasting Arizona 3-2. Then, June 9th in New Mexico. The Emperors take a 1-0 lead before dropping a controversial decision 2-1 to the New Mexico Chili's. Tonight, back home for the Emperors at the University of Redlands in Redlands, California. California taking on a team that saw the streak begin back on May 26th. The California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes during our American Professional Soccer League Game of the Week. Good evening, everyone. I'm David Bolton here at Ted Runner Stadium, the campus of the University of Redlands. We're getting ready for the start of this APSL showdown, this American Professional Soccer League showdown between the California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes. Both teams right now preparing for the start of this game. We're moments away from kickoff. This is our pregame show right here during our coverage of the California Emperors. The California Emperors coming to this game having won 3 of their last 4 contests in this APSL Western Conference. As far as Colorado goes, well, Colorado right now sitting in 1st place in the Northern Division. The Foxes have more points than any other team in this APSL Western Conference. Both teams met for the first time in 1990, May 26th in Lakewood, Colorado. The California Emperors winning that game, the first victory of 1990 for the Emperors, a very sweet outing for California. Colorado, though, comes into this game tonight eager to win. We'll be having both of the starting lineups for you a little bit later here as we continue our pregame show for the California Emperors. We're going to step aside briefly here. When we return, we'll be talking with a member of the California Emperors, a player who's been a member of the U.S. national team, also a FIFA referee from our area. 2 outlooks on the ongoing World Cup taking place in Italy. All this and more as our California Emperors pregame show continues right here on the Prime Ticket Network.
A completely new product line was introduced. Automobiles built for people who love the sheer joy of driving. A new sales sales, service, and parts organization was also developed. One that gave buyers a purchase and ownership experience second to none. Today, that early goal has been met and a new benchmark established. The 1990 Acura Legend and the Acura dealership.
La Opinion, the Spanish-language newspaper, brings you by the World Cup Championship Soccer. Only from La Opinion, the daily newspaper with a tradition in sports.
Friends, if you've had credit problems or no credit, look and listen to this.
They told me I deserve a second chance, even if I had serious credit problems.
Yes, they are helping me to get my new truck.
I was looking all over town.
And now I found the answer.
I got my car, merci.
Yes, you are approved. Advanced Auto Loans will help you, too. You've had credit problems now. It's no problem. Call now and find out how to get behind the wheel of your next automobile. Call 1-800-866-OK and let's go places.
Keiko Pacific Corporation, a world-class leader in the design and manufacture of precision injection molds for the plastics industry, is currently expanding. If you'd like to join our team of highly skilled engineers and craftsmen, please send us your resume or call or come see us for an interview. At Keiko Pacific, we offer top pay, medical and dental insurance, profit-sharing holiday and vacation pay. We have excellent working conditions and a good working atmosphere. So come join us at Keiko Pacific, 813 North Cummings in Covina.
For you to hear.
It wasn't fair. I didn't deserve that.
Call 1-900-230-3333 to hear real confessions from real people. Plus, find out how to make your own confession.
We had a great relationship, then at a cocktail party.
Incredible secrets, untold stories, real confessions. Call 1-900-230-3333. Call now. Just $2 the first minute, $1 each additional. Adults only, please.
Back here at the University of Redlands, we're moments away from the start of this APSL showdown, the California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes. Final preparations for this game. Right now on the sideline, you see Dr. Carl Ahmet, the team chiropractor for the California Emperors, working on number 5, Armando Ceja, as preparations continue for this game. Right now, the California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes, both teams on the field preparing for this APSL showdown. As we mentioned, the California Emperors knocked off Colorado the first time. Both of these teams squared off during this 1990 season, May 26th in Colorado. There's been a lot of talk recently about world soccer on the international level, especially with the World Cup going on right now in Italy. A lot of talk centers around the level of professional soccer in this country. Earlier today, we had a chance to talk with Mike Fox. He's a member of the California Emperors. He also played for the World Cup team, the U.S. team, in 1985. He had these comments about pro soccer in this country. Mike, since your involvement in the U.S. national team program back in 1985, what strides would you say that the national team has made?
Well, you know, it was tough because they had the outdoor league folded, so they had to go on their own. The USSF put them all under contract and gave them a lot of national team games to play. So, you know, at least they took it serious enough to put a team together and actually pay them a salary so that they could keep the team together.
What kind of players are we seeing come up through the ranks? What kind of players are we seeing now entering into that U.S. national team program?
There's a lot of talent in America, and the young players are growing up playing the game at a young age, whereas before, you know, they started playing a little bit later. So now, you know, we have the athletes, the good athletes that are playing, and it's just a matter of getting a good professional league so that they can continue to grow.
During the World Cup, we've heard a lot about the level of pro soccer found in this country. What are your feelings about the American Professional Soccer League?
Oh, it's at a good level right now. I think that the NASL went too fast. They spent a lot of money and drove themselves out of business. So as long as we keep expenses down and just take it nice and slow, I think we can develop a good, strong American Soccer League.
Back here at the University of Redlands, we're joined by Majid J, one of 7 FIFA referees from the United States. Majid, looking at the World Cup, must be a very pressure-filled situation for a referee, especially when you look at the millions and the millions of people watching the World Cup from throughout the world.
That's true. It's tremendous pressure on the referee, and so far all of the referees, even though they've been under a lot of pressure, they've been performing very well.
There's been a lot of talk about professional soccer here in the United States. You've seen soccer from around the world. How would you rate professional soccer in this country and the direction that professional soccer is going here in the U.S.?
The professional soccer is not, as we all know, is not as famous as the rest of the world. However, it's beginning, especially this American Professional Soccer League, which are the pioneer of professional soccer since 1985 here. They've been doing a very good job of expanding professional soccer. However, we do have the toughest soccer in the United States because of the ethnical groups, and when they play, their games are very tough.
Majid, thanks for your time. Good luck out here tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Maji J. He'll be the referee for this APSL showdown between the California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes. We're moments away, both teams. Final preparations right now here at Ted Runner Stadium. We're going to step aside one more time. And when we return here to the University of Redlands, starting lineups for tonight's American Professional Soccer League showdown, the California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes, right here on the Prime Ticket Network.
With product quality and dealer service. Acura Legend, an automobile engineered for the joy of driving. Recognized for an ownership experience second to none. Number one in the J.D. Power Customer Satisfaction Index survey with product quality and dealer service for 3 years in a row. Every year it's been eligible. The 1990 Legend Sedan and Coupe. Precision-crafted performance from Acura.
La Opinion, the Spanish-language newspaper, brings you bilingual coverage of World Cup Championship soccer. Only from La Opinion, the daily newspaper with a tradition in sports. The Spanish-language newspaper brings you unprecedented bilingual coverage of World Cup Championship soccer. Call 1-900-896-COPA for the purchase point nearest you and the latest information on Italy 90. 1-900-896-COPA.
There's something about it. It's great.
Just different.
Diet Dr. Pepper is like nothing else.
The city of Pasadena and the Los Angeles Times Charities invite you to one of the Southland's biggest 4th of July celebrations. It's America Fest at the Rose Bowl. Everything Independence Day should be, with marching bands and clowns, an all-American song and dance spectacular, an exciting thrill show, and America Fest live guest, Wilson Phillips. Cover girls. Forget the biggest, most dazzling 4th of July fireworks display anywhere. Celebrate America Fest, Wednesday, the 4th of July at the Rose Bowl.
Good evening and welcome to you from the University of Redlands. We're getting ready for the start of this American Professional Soccer League showdown. Both teams are on the field. We just had the ceremonial first kick. Dr. Carl Ahmet, the team chiropractor for the California Emperors, kicking out the first shot here. We've got both teams in their positions on this very beautiful Ted Runner Stadium in Redlands, California. Let's quickly take a look at the lineups, beginning with the visitors tonight. The Colorado Foxes, McPhail and Stone up front. Grimes, Tuscanelli, Klein, Betcher, and Mikes are playing basically 3-5-2 tonight. Chavez, Frazier, and Eyes in the backfield. The starting goalie for the Colorado Foxes, as we look at the opening whistle here, is Mike Dodd. He did not play when California beat Colorado earlier this season, but he's in uniform tonight, starting for the Colorado Foxes. The substitutes, the people that will be coming off the bench for Colorado, Brad Walsh, Mike Wright, and Jim St. Andre, and the coach, the man directing things from the sidelines for the Colorado Foxes, Mr. Emilio Romero. You see him there sitting on the Colorado bench. Now, as we go back to the action here, Colorado has the ball on the near side, moving it around as Alex de Oliveira comes up defensively for California. Still Colorado maintaining possession. Here in the opening minutes from Ted Runner Stadium. Stone with the ball. Now he goes to number 5. Chavez. Out of bounds on the near side, and we're going to take a look at the starting lineup for the California Emperors. California with 3 players up front, Joe Giacalone, Jerry O'Hara. You saw his hat trick here a few weeks ago against San Francisco. He's up front again, of course. Richard Lopez there as well. The midfielders, Armando Seca, Mike Fox, Richard Ryerson, and the 4 defenders, Alex de Oliveira, Alberto Bru, Lawrence Lozano, and Bill Durkin. In goal tonight, the California Emperors changing goalies one more time. Chris Wilson, who started the first 6 games of 1990. He sat out the last few games. He's in at goal. And California on the other end of the field is on the run. Giacalone came through with the cross. It was high over to the far side. And the substitutes, the players that will be coming off of the bench for the California Emperors, they've got a strong bench. They've gone to the bench many times this season. Coach Rildo Menezes saying before the game he very well may go to that bench again tonight. Giovanni Perez, Kurt Allen, and some other players will be coming off of the bench for the California Emperors. And the coach for California, Rildo Meneses, we've talked about him many times this season. He played in Brazil for many years. The Brazilian national team, Santos and Botafogo, two of the most famous club teams in the world, played with Pelé, and now he's here guiding this California Emperors team from the sideline. It's going to be a goal kick coming back now for the Colorado Foxes. This is Dodd, Mark Dodd, bringing it to midfield, looking for his teammates as they move the ball around. Number 11, that was Stone there. They've got it back into the mid of the field. Now we're coming to the near side. Ball's out to the near side. It's going to be throw-in now for the California Emperors. Alberto Bru, number 15 on the near side. One of the players with a lot of experience here on this California Emperors team. To Alex Oliveira, back to Bru. Bru now to De Oliveira. Now it's to Mike Fox, number 14. Mike Fox, a great addition to this California Emperors team, having come here from the Wichita Wings. Joining me in the booth, as always, Dean Foley. He'll be calling the action with me here for the next 90 minutes or so. And Dean, looking at the start of this game, looking back at the California Emperors victory May 26th at Colorado, how do you size it up?
Well, it seems like it's sizing up the same way it did the first time. Both teams just kind of feeling each other out. No real pattern being set here, Dave. I think that we're going to look for a real low-scoring defensive battle tonight, though. As I mentioned before, Colorado has allowed the least amount of goals in the league so far this year. Through 11 games, only 7 goals, and they have a very outstanding defense and a very good goalie in Mark Dodd.
And the ball comes out to the near side here. Throw-in's going to be coming up for Colorado. A couple of the Emperor players discussing things with the linesman here on the near side. Colorado Betcher throwing it in immediately back to goalie Mark Dodd, setting things up for the Colorado Foxes. As we mentioned during our pregame show, Colorado comes into this game first place in the tough APSL West Northern Division. Colorado with more points than any team in either the North or South divisions of this APSL Western Conference. For a first-year team, they've gotten off to a great start, and we're about halfway through this 1990 season. A lot of people are expecting great things out of this Colorado Foxes team. On the near side, it's going to be throw-in coming back now. A couple players are there. That was number 12, Betcher, setting it down for the free kick for Colorado. Mike Wright, number 15 there as well, but it's Betcher setting up for the free kick. The ball. Several players are there. Right on the far side. Ball's going to go out over the goal line. It's going to come back goal kick now for Chris Wilson. Back in at goal after sitting out 4 games. 4 very productive games, if you will, for the California Emperors. After losing the first 6 games of 1990, they've come back, and they've sure caught fire here, winning 3 out of the last 4 games. Included in that run, victories over San Francisco, Colorado, of course, and also they beat Arizona and then lost to New Mexico. Majid J, the referee, directing things, officiating the field tonight. One of 7 FIFA referees, a talented referee who's been around for many years. He's been officiating all levels of soccer in this country, and both teams should feel fortunate to have him tonight. This is number 15, Mike Wright on the run. Durkin and Ryerson. Both players are there. McPhail has the ball now. Oliveira, Lozano, Giacalone on defense. Right shot. The corner kick now coming back for the Colorado Foxes.
Here you go, son. The Emperors look a little disorganized at first here because they have had a 2-week layoff. It's kind of hard to come back and come on the offensive like Colorado has right away and get things under control. Practice is certainly different than game time.
Tom Stone on the corner kick. It's it hard across the middle, headed, but that's going to be just barely out to the far side. Chris Wilson will be retrieving it and coming back now with another goal kick. Dean, looking at the California Emperors, their 4-game series that we've been following right here during our coverage of them during this 1990 season, it's been an amazing turnaround when you consider how the team started. A first-year team, somewhat slow getting started. That's expected when you've got young players like this California Emperor team does, but if you're the coaches for this Emperor team, you've got to be pleased with what the results have been showing the last few weeks.
Oh, yeah, you have to be, and I think Mike Fox is signing and coming in and really settling down the midfield and and distributing the ball the way he does has made all the players around him much better, and he's opened up a lot of opportunities for the forwards and made Richard Ryerson and him play very, very well together. And the defense has really settled down and become a group of scrappers that can really get in front of the ball and not allow the goals to happen.
California had last week off, their mid-season bye. They're back in action now after resting, you could say, the last 2 weeks since playing at New Mexico. Talking with Joe Giacalone, who's starting tonight. Before the game, he said that this team is well rested. They've been training hard here in Redlands. They're coming into this game knowing that Colorado is going to be definitely seeking that victory after losing the game in Lakewood, Colorado a few weeks ago. On the near side, Colorado on the run. Mike's crossed it in, but Wilson is there, got his hands on it. And the official definitely saying it's going to come back now for the California Emperors. Chris Wilson there. The foul on the play is going to definitely make California set up here again offensively. The crowd's still starting to trickle in here to this University of Redlands Stadium. Friday evening soccer for the Emperors and Colorado. Armando Ceja on the near side, looking down for Jerry O'Hara. He not only had a hat trick here June 3rd against San Francisco, but he came back 2 goals against Arizona. So far, no score here, but watch out for Jerry O'Hara. He's shown he can produce goals, and he's definitely one of the players California's going to be going to up front. This is Frazier. Back to Mike's. Colorado sets up here now. Coming across midfield. De Oliveira. Off the chest. Nice trap on the near side. Got tangled up a bit. The official's going to give it to California. That was Marcelo Toscanelli. He's one of 2 foreign players on this Colorado team. Toscanelli, originally from Argentina. The other non-U.S. citizen is also starting tonight. Mario Chavez, number 5. He's from Peru. On the near side, this is Alberto Bru, 15. Looking for the center, but off of the foot of Toscanelli in Colorado now. With John Klein having possession. They're trying to move this ball, but California swarmed in there on defense. Armando Ceja was there. Foul on the play. Looks like we could see a card. Definitely a caution given on that play. Richard Lopez receiving the caution from referee Majid J early in this game.
It's all right, let's go. Jerry, stay. That's up one. Billy.
Colorado setting up for the free kick.
Richard Lopez, stay with the plate. Come on, Jay.
This is number 4, Frazier, coming on the near side. Bale now. Into the middle, he was looking for Klein. Alberto Bru was quickly there, and then it was Ryerson. And Colorado has it back. Frazier out to the far side, and then Colorado off of California. Going to lose it to the goal line. It's going to be corner kick now. Coming back.
Oh, Colorado's come really fired up tonight. I think that first loss to the Emperors, they didn't like it because they were the first team to fall victim to the Emperors. And after that, I think that they really wanted to come out here and they're playing San Diego tomorrow night, so they need a sweep to stay in first place. And I think that they'd like to get it now and have to face a tough San Diego team tomorrow.
The goal kick for California. This is Alberto Bru, number 15, AB. Armando Ceja now. Tripped up from behind. Foul called against number 12, Bill Betcher for Colorado. Free kick coming back for the California Emperors. This is Mike Fox, number 14. He's been basically the field leader for this Emperor team during the last few weeks of this season. He's got the most experience of any player, 5 years with the Wichita Wings of the MISL. As we heard during our pregame show, he also was a member of the U.S. national team back in 1985. But like it happened with so many indoor players, U.S. officials kind of overlooking the talent that indoor soccer has when they selected their U.S. national team, a team that recently was in Italy competing in the World Cup. Colorado knocking the ball back. Throw in on the far side. Joe Giacalone, this is Fox. Armando Ceja now. Alberto Bru, AB, as his teammates call him. You can hear him on the field, getting it back to Chris Wilson. You see that low-angle shot that takes you right into this game here. Ted Runner Stadium, the University of Redlands, California. Right now on the scoreboard, we've got a pair of zeros. Scoreless here. Early moments of this APSL showdown. Chris Wilson booting it across midfield. Several players are there. Headed back by Colorado. Ceja, he went for it as well, but it looks like the Foxes are going to get possession here. That's McPhail, number 9. Chase down on the far side. Rowan's going to come back now for the Colorado Foxes.
There's a couple key substitutions for the Emperors today. Faisal Ahmad has a pulled hamstring and is unable to play tonight. So what they've done is they've replaced him with Joe Giacalone, and Terry Rollins has been replaced by Armando Ceja. Armando, usually playing fullback, has now been pulled up to halfback, where he can be a more offensive-minded person as he is. He's a very offensive player with a good left-footed shot. And also Chris Wilson going back into goal, getting a shot again to prove himself that he can also win. Ken Sintrek winning 3 out of 4, but the coaches felt that through the workout this last 2 weeks that Wilson deserves a second chance.
California getting the ball back. That's Ryerson, Richard Ryerson. Here to the scoring machine, Jerry O'Hara. O'Hara back to Alberto Bru. Into Fox. Fox to Ryerson. California's on the move. Ryerson now with the ball on the far sideline. That's to Lopez. Lopez back to Ryerson. And California's going to lose it over the far goal line.
Well, that's what the Emperors are looking for. They need to get into that one-touch offense and distribute the ball, spread out the field. They weren't doing it in the early going of the game. I think it was just a little bit of the jitters a little bit coming out here in Colorado playing very aggressive. But once they start doing that, they create so many opportunities for the up-front players, and that's why Jerry O'Hara has become the scoring machine, because he has given ample opportunities by the midfield.
That's Dodd back there, the goalie for Colorado. Mark Dodd, he's from Dallas, Texas. Coming into the near side now. Number 3, this is Michael Mikes. O'Hara was there. Whistle against O'Hara. Colorado sitting down here for the free kick. It's going to be number 12, Bill Betcher.
Thank you. Tight, Joe, tight. Don't dive, eh? Don't dive,
here on the near side. California, though, back to take control. Mike Fox now, number 14. AB, Giacalone, Ceja. Ceja off the chest of McPhail. That was De Oliveira trying to bring it across midfield, looking for Richard Lopez. But again, Colorado, they're on defense. Colorado hasn't let California get by many times here. Lopez. O'Hara now. O'Hara on the far side. And we've got Lopez in the middle. O'Hara's running down there. There around midfield. This is Lawrence Lozano now for California. Lozano to Lopez.
Lawrence is making a run.
Lawrence is coming there on the side. Both players got tripped up on the play. Lawrence Lozano. Robin Frazier for Colorado. Both players still down. They were running hard. They made some hard contacts. And both players still rolling around. O'Hara comes over to tend to Lawrence Lozano. Let's take a look at the replay. And Dean, from your angle, how did you see it as they call in the officials?
Well, Lawrence came through and make a nice run. It looks like both players collided and hit knees very hard. That's not a good sign for either team, because both those are very good players for each respective team. Especially the Emperors would hate to see to lose Lawrence Lozano, and he looks like he's in some pain.
Frazier's up walking around holding his shoulder, but Skip Brown, Edward Skip Brown, the trainer for California, he's there attending to Lawrence Lozano, and as Dean said, Lawrence Lozano has been a key element of this California Emperors team, pivotal defensively throughout the season. And while Skip Brown tends to Lawrence Lozano, we're going to step aside for one quick break here during our coverage of the California Emperors. When we return, the score still 0-0. We'll have plenty more first-half action for you from the University of Redlands.
Lacho Equipment's available throughout Southern California. Chick Sporting Goods, Covina, Upland, Laguna Hills,
Yorba Linda, Oceanside, and the Tustin Marketplace. Lotso, a world champion. Welcome back to the University of Redlands. Still on the scoreboard, we've got a pair of zeros. Both the California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes battling here. The first half of action. Both teams back in action. The players have gotten back up on their feet. And we've got California with the ball. Now this is Alberto Brew. Looking for basically no one. It comes out over the near side. And it's going to be throwing now coming back for the Colorado Foxes.
Well, luckily Lawrence Lozano and Frazier for Colorado have gotten up and are okay. Lawrence is limping a little bit, but I think he's going to be all right. He's just got to run it off. It looks like he banged his knee pretty hard with the other guy when he was making a run, and the other guy kind of came across and they collided, kind of tangled up in each other. But Lawrence is tough and he'll be all right.
Throw in for California here on the near side. This is Alberto Brew. Alberto Brew looking for Ryerson. Foot race here on the near side. This is Michael Mikes and Jerry O'Hara. Mikes and O'Hara battling for the ball. It goes out of bounds. It's going to come back to the Colorado Foxes. Joining us now up here in the booth, Mark Clay, a regular member of this California Emperors team before he got injured a few weeks ago. And Mark Clay, looking at this game here, I'd say the first half of the first half. Your comments?
Well, Dave, I've seen a very, very tight fought game defensively. I think with both teams.
On the far side, this is Lopez. He's got the ball. O'Hara's in front there, and so were a couple Colorado Foxes. And the Foxes in a few moments of breathing room, but here comes California again. O'Hara's in front. This time it was headed out, though, by number 14, Marcelo Toscanelli. And an exciting moment there for the California Emperors. And, Mark, we hate to cut you off, but now getting back to you real quick,
well,
what exactly were you saying?
That's exactly what I was referring to. Both teams are playing very tight defensively. I think that they're very conscious of the goal-scoring capabilities that each offense has displayed throughout the year. We see the California Emperors doing something slightly different, is playing a tight man-to-man, which we haven't done all season. We've normally passed people on.
Corner kick coming up. This is Mike Fox sending the ball, but one more time. Headed out there by Colorado, John Klein. And it's going to be time for the California Emperors to set up again here offensively.
I think you can really notice with that last run that the Emperors made. At the beginning of the season, it would have been more of a one-on-one type of situation. There you see him distributing the ball, trying to give it to the open man, almost overpassing, but it was very nice to watch.
Fox again, but this time right into the hands of Mark Dodd. And it's going to be time for the Colorado Foxes to come back. Mark, you played in that game at Colorado, the first victory for the Emperors, a very exciting time for this very young ball club. Coming in, how would you look at these two teams? I mean, Colorado definitely would like to win this game.
No doubt about it, Dave, and they've probably been preparing themselves very rigorously the entire week. California is up for this game, though. They don't want to lose at home, and they don't want to lose to a team that they know that they're capable of beating.
That was McPhail there. Losing the ball, and it's going to be time for the California Emperors. Throw in now, Alberto Brew. And it got into the hands of Chris Wilson, who goes out to the far side. Billy Durkin looking for Richard Lopez. Lopez went up. Knocked a bit from behind, went down hard, but he's back on his feet. A pair of Argentines playing tonight. Richard Lopez for the California Emperors, Mario Chavez from Peru, and also we've got the other Argentine, Marcelo Toscanelli, number 14, and we've got a player there, and that definitely is Lawrence Lozano, number 12. He was down a few moments ago. Majid J calling in the training staff for California, and that consists of Mr. Edward Skip Brown, who we see there now entering the picture. He's going to attend to Lawrence one more time, and while Edward Skip Brown tends to Lawrence, we're going to step aside for one quick 30-second break here during our coverage of the California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes from Ted Renner Stadium, the University of Redlands. We'll be right back after this brief timeout.
friends, if you've had credit problems or no credit, look and listen to this.
They told me I deserve a second chance, even if I had serious credit problems.
Yes, they are helping me to get my new truck.
I was looking all over town.
And now I found the answer.
I got my car, merci.
Yes, you are approved. Advanced Auto Loans will help you, too. You've had credit problems now. It's no problem. Call now and find out how to get behind the wheel of your next automobile. Call 1-800-866-OK and let's go places.
You can save up to $40 on the latest fashions. $40 on fine jewelry. $40 on the hottest toys and electronics. Take advantage of this special coupon offer from the JCPenney television shopping channel today and save up to $40 toward purchases of your choice.
University of Redlands, still no score on the board. The California Emperors, the Colorado Foxes, deadlocks here. First half action, this APSL showdown. Sam Khalil, the assistant coach for the California Emperors, escorting number 12, Lawrence Lozano, off the field, and that is not a good sign right now for the California Emperors. Lawrence Lozano, a key player in this team. Replacing him is going to be Monty Reeves. Real Vanessa, who we see there in his tailored suit, is going to bring in Monty Reeves to the lineup, number 17. The officials looking at Monty Reeves' cleats before he comes in, and you've got Monty Reeves now making his entrance onto the field for this first half substitution for the California Emperors.
I think Lawrence went after it. He tried to give it a good shot, but there's just, there's no reason to risk more injury and really tear up that knee if it's not feeling well. I think what the Emperors are going to do here is they're going to drop Ryerson back to the sweeper position, put Monty Reeves up in the front, and try like that. Monty Reeves has got blazing speed, though, and Colorado better be aware of it. I don't know if they've seen him because Monty didn't make it on the last road trip with us. He's got some wheels.
California here has the ball. Mike Fox now. Going to Richard Lopez one more time. Richard Lopez tripped up on the play by number 4, Robin Frazier. Free kick coming back for the California Emperors. An interesting note about Lawrence Lozano. He has been the only player up until now who has played every minute of this 1990 season for the California Emperors. Well, that streak has ended for Lawrence Lozano. He's now on the bench, and the Emperors have no player that has survived this entire 1990 APSL Western Conference season so far.
The match is really heating up. I think Colorado really wants to come out here and prove that the Emperors' win in Colorado was a fluke, and they're playing very, very aggressive, slide tackling, and I think we're going to be in for a rough game tonight.
Mike Fox setting up for the free kick on the far side. Talking with Mike Fox the other day, he said that any team in this league can win at any time, and both teams here are closely matched. Again, it's going to be California this time. The throw-in on the far side, and again, it's going to be the Emperors. Mike Fox turning it over to Bill Durkin. Durkin, a long throw in front of the goal. And it's going to go out over the far goal line, and it's going to be time for a goal kick. Colorado Foxes. Mark Clay looking at the substitution, bringing Monty Reeves into the game. How do you see that?
Well, Dave, I think this will be a very interesting change. It's an unfortunate change, as you and Dean both pointed out. Losing Lawrence Lozano is a difficult situation to adjust to. However, we've seen this change before. We saw it in Portland early on in the season. Richard Ryerson is a very defensive midfielder, and we've seen him go in, and he's capable of doing the job at sweeper for the Emperors. Let's see if the Colorado Foxes try and exploit that adjustment that the Emperors just made.
That was Bill Betcher back to number 3, Michael Mikes. Michael Mikes now centering the ball. Alec de Oliveira, the trap, the kick. Looking for O'Hara, but that's going to be a bit long. Frazier couldn't even get to it for Colorado, and it's back into the hands Goalie Dodd for Colorado, who comes to the near side to Mikes. Michael Mikes. Down looking for number 11 on the play. Oh, couldn't get there in time, and California now comes back. California on the run. That's Fox. Monty Reeves losing it throw to the feet of Larry McPhail. McPhail on the far side. Colorado now coming down on the far side. The Foxes are on a run. Trying to get this ball towards the center. That's Stone, number 11. He's got it in the far corner there, centering the ball in. De Oliveira was there to head it out, but then number 14, Toscanelli, headed it back out over the goal line. Chris Wilson, he'll get his hands on the ball again, and the Emperors will come back with the goal kick.
I think that the move with Ryerson, like Mark said, is true. Richard Ryerson's the type of player that can play at any position. He's very versatile. You're losing a lot with Lawrence, but you're also getting something with Richard Ryerson, a very experienced player and very calm, just like Lawrence. And we'll have to see how the young Monty Reeves comes alive. Before he got hurt against the LA Heat, he had an outstanding game. Had a couple goals called back against him, and he got hurt, but I think that we're going to see some real speed right now.
Monty Reeves missing a series of games because of the leg injury. He's got the ball now, number 17. He's got some speed. Probably one of the fastest players in this team. His speed probably only matched by teammate Terry Rollins, who we saw score some goals a few weeks ago here against San Francisco. The clock continues to tick away here in the first half of action. You see the players there from the ground level shot.
Hey, stay in front of him, Larry. Stay in front of him. What you want to bring him back here in the goal? Two men out here. Hey, stop. In front of him.
The Emperors would like to get a goal off a corner kick. It's something that hasn't happened all season, and they've been working on.
Corner kick coming up now. That was Fox. Headed in front of the goal, but it's just out to the far side. California. Another opportunity there, just slipping by.
That's exactly what they're looking for Mike Fox to get it into the middle and have Jerry O'Hara put his head on it just a little bit to the side.
Let's take a look at the replay. And Mark Clay, from your angle there at the end of the table, how did you see the play?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the California Emperors have been playing the man-on-man defense, whereas the Colorado Foxes have been playing a loose zone. Fortunately for the Emperors, Mike Fox was able to break free and get ahead on the ball. Unfortunately for the Emperors, it went a little wide of the coast.
Colorado coming through rather quickly. Right after it was the Emperors, Colorado came down, shot on goal by Stone, Tom Stone, number 11, sliding by in front. And the Emperors are going to get another crack at this thing. Coming back here, about 15 minutes or so to go here in the first half of action from Ted Runner Stadium, the campus of the University of Redlands. No score. Both teams hoping to erase those zeros and put up at least one on the board here. This game, very valuable for both teams. Colorado battling with San Francisco for first place in the APSL West Northern Division, and the Emperors needing some victories here down this final stretch, because a victory can be worth as many as 9 points, and 9 points would move these Emperors right up that APSL West Southern Division, probably into second place, depending on what else happens during coverage this weekend. This is Betcher centering the ball again. Armando Seca was there, but still, eyes for Colorado, keeping possession intact for the Foxes. Colorado moving the ball around here around midfield. Toscanelli looking for Betcher here on the near side. This is Betcher, number 12. Mike Fox had the ball. Marcelo Toscanelli looked like he wanted to piggyback on that play. Wasn't going to let him go. Fox eventually went down. The official came over and gave a word or two to Toscanelli, and the Emperors now are going to have a free kick on that play.
Well, he knew that Mike Fox was breaking over into the open and had to do something to stop him. They had a breakaway opportunity. Not a great play, but not a stupid play by any means.
Let's take a look at that one more time. And Mark Clay, you're a player many times. Let's take a look at your perspective.
Well, right here you see Mike Fox being held back. As Dean mentioned, Mike Fox is a very explosive and very dangerous player. And I think by all means, a player would rather take a chance to get a yellow card than let a player like Fox break down the middle, open and free.
Should have given Tuscanelli a rope. It probably would have been a little bit easier for him to stop Fox coming down in that play. This is Colorado. Foul call on the play against De Oliveira.
You just got 2 minutes to go, eh? I'm on the work up.
If you see a foul by Alex De Oliveira, there's a matchup taking place right now between Alex and Colorado Fox's center forward.
Ball comes in high, headed out by California. On the far side, it's Lopez again. Lopez brought down again. He spent several seconds here on this beautifully manicured turf at Ted Runner Stadium. Physical game from Lopez's perspective. Midfield, now this is Alex De Oliveira, tripped up from behind by number 9 Larry McPhail. Foul called, and the Emperors will be setting up here.
It's starting to look like Argentina and Cameroon out here. They're just taking them down at any possible moment that they can with the slide tackle.
We've got a pair of Argentines with both Richard Lopez for California and Marcelo Toscanelli for Colorado. Both players watched that World Cup game very intently. A rather large crowd on hand here for a Friday evening. Several fans braving that traffic from Los Angeles to come out here to Redlands, California and cheer on this California Emperors team. The Emperors have 5 more home games during the 1990 regular season after tonight's contest. In fact, the Emperors will play the rest of their 1990 regular season campaign right here in California. They've done their road travel for this APSL Western Conference regular season. They've gone to Seattle, they've gone to Portland. They went to Colorado, Salt Lake, Phoenix, New Mexico. All that's left is California, and this Emperor team won't complain about that. That's all. Colorado now. Looking here on the near side, this is Alberto Bru getting to the ball nicely. Trying to get it to Reeves on the near side, courtesy of Fetcher. Throw in Bru. Bru now to O'Hara. The scoring machine, Jerry O'Hara. The hat trick here 3 weeks ago. 2 more goals at Arizona. Leading the team along with Lopez. Most goals this season. This is Ceja. Ceja crossing the ball. Who's there? Looks like Lopez is trying to track it down. Colorado doing a good job of clearing it out. Steve I is number 2. And it's going to be a chance for the Emperors to come back here with the throw-in. Real de Meneses, very intense here. He knows the Emperors are close to scoring. You can see it on his face. Look at that neck. It shows it all right there.
I think this is a good move with Armando Ceja taking a more offensive approach to the game. He's got a good cross.
Throw-in came in, cleared out there by Colorado. And the Foxes now. Frazier on the far side. Foxes will maintain possession. You see the Emperor bench, and there's Faisal Ahmed in his blue sweats. He's sitting out with the leg injury, something that Mark Clay knows a lot about. Emilio Ramiro, the coach for Colorado. You could see before the game on his face. You could hear his words before the game. He was very intense. You know he wants to get his team in the win column tonight, especially after the way California treated his team in Colorado. This is number 3, Michael Mikes. Mikes going down for Betcher, but AB there with the header. McPhail out to Wright, and now Wright getting back to Grimes. Cleared out. Armando Ceja. No score on the board, but both teams are getting closer, especially the Emperors. This is Monty Reeves. You can watch his speed. Watch what he does with this ball. Looking back for Fox. Couldn't get there in time. Colorado, good job on defense so far. Trapped by De Oliveira. De Oliveira going deep. Offsides called. Richard Lopez squeaking through there, but a little bit too quick, and it's going to be offsides against California. Ball coming back for Colorado.
That was a nice ball by Alex. He came up, made a nice chest trap, put it with the left across. Richard just got a little anxious and went for it, but the goalie for Colorado was coming out, and he knew that he had to get to the ball before him.
The offside against California, and now it's Colorado with the ball here. Wright, Mike Wright, number 15. Now back to the near side. This is McPhail, Larry McPhail, but de Oliveira there. Good job of marking there. Toscanelli going across. Giacalone had come out with a great defensive move, and that set up this surge here by California. This is Seca. Seca coming to the near side. Again, they're looking for Monty Reeves. You can see the speed. He's one-on-one with Bill Betcher. Whistle. Foul called. It's going to go against Monty Reeves of California, and it's going to be Bill Betcher and his Colorado Foxes team setting up here for the free kick. Under 7 minutes to go here in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we're going to be talking with several people, hopefully including the team chiropractor for the Emperors, Dr. Carl Amick, and also we'll have a discussion about youth soccer, especially the California Emperors youth program. We'll be looking for Octavio Zambrano, the youth development director. He's getting ready for a series of camps this summer. We've got 4 straight weeks of camps the California Emperors planning to conduct during the month of August. The youth department of this Emperor organization will be organizing the clinics, and there'll be guest appearances from all of the California Emperor professional players. Also, Rildo Benesses, the head coach, will be sharing some of his World Cup experience. He went to the World Cup 3 times with the Brazilian national team. He even scored a goal in the 1966 World Cup for Brazil. He'll be on hand. So will Sam Khalil, the assistant coach, and of course, Octavio Zambrano. He'll be directing these youth clinics, and they'll be starting, as we said, in August. It should be a very exciting summer for youngsters from throughout Southern California, a chance to learn some of the finer points of soccer from some of the finer players that are right now in this American Professional Soccer League. California. Now, it's Bill Durkin, number 4, to Ryerson. Ryerson coming up. Went for Seca. Colorado. You can tell they've come out here. This is number 15, Mike Wright. He's bringing the ball to his teammates on the other side of the field as they come down now. Colorado. Colorado on the run. That's still California getting the ball back. Here comes Frazier, number 4, Robin Frazier. Frazier coming for the near side. Watch the cross. They're setting up. Batted out again, this time by Joe Giacalone. Now it's Fox. Fox getting around Betcher nicely. Fox still with the ball. Looking down. There's Ryerson on the run. Not there in time. Mark Dodd stepping in. With about 4.5 minutes to go. And he'll be setting up now. Booting the ball out here for the Colorado Foxes.
You can pick up tickets for California Emperors.
Dave, on that particular play there, you saw the California Emperors make a very, very quick transition from defense, trying to exploit the space that was created by Robin Frazier's run from sweeper up the right wing. I think that if the California Emperors continue to make this transition as quickly as they did on that particular occasion, we may see some exciting plays in front of the goal.
Colorado there on the far side, but Wilson came out defensively. Offside call there against the Foxes. Chris Wilson, as we mentioned, his first game in 4 weeks. Wilson, who played his college ball at Cal State Dominguez Hills, a very patient player. Probably had to be a very difficult time on him sitting out after the first 6 games. Then he had to sit there for 4 games and watch the Emperors and watch basically his teammates go on their winning rampage while he was on the bench. But he hung in there emotionally and definitely physically during practice. And now he's out here mentally tough tonight, and he's guiding this Emperor team from his defensive goalkeeper position.
You see, with just a couple minutes left, Colorado has the entire team in the Emperors' offensive half. So they're by no means taking any chances to let the Emperors get up 1 goal before halftime.
Colorado from here will be going to San Diego, and I know it's going to be a very long bus ride for them if this Emperor team manages to pull off a win, which would be win number 2 this season over Colorado, but that's getting ahead of ourselves a bit. Still plenty of time to go here. We've got the entire second half, plus about 2.5 minutes here in the first half. This is Seca, the throw in. Again, looking for Monty Reeves in front. Colorado, all of their players there. You know one of them had to be there defensively. Giacalone on the far side. This time Giacalone tripped up. Ball going to go over to Colorado. Foxes waste no time on the far side. Ryerson there quickly defensively, making it difficult on Tom Stone. Now they come to the middle. Toscanelli. 14 against 14. Toscanelli and Mike Fox. Fox is better, but he's got the ball. Into O'Hara, but O'Hara. That's Toscanelli now to number 15, Mike Wright. Seca there defensively, marking Wright. Wright goes down. Seca stands up, and Brew gets the ball. Alberto Brew, number 15. California coming down now, again looking for O'Hara. O'Hara just not there enough. He doesn't have the speed of Monty Reeves, but still he's blessed up front. We've seen his scoring punch, we've seen his scoring drive, and we've seen that scoring ability, and the Emperors would like to see it happen here tonight. Giacalone now going to the far side. The Emperors on the run. This is Richard Lopez. Brings it into Mike Fox. What's Fox going to do? He's got several men up front, going to Monty Reeves with the speed, but Monty Reeves not quite in position. Into the corner here. Reeves comes in with the corner kick. Headed up there, but Mark Dodd for Colorado got there in time. The header not able to connect for California, and it's going to come back here for the Colorado Foxes, who have it on the far side.
Monty Reeves showed a great amount of athletic ability with that. He ran down that ball, kind of faked the Colorado defensive man, and put up a nice left-footed cross, showing he can use both feet effectively.
This is Colorado number 11, Tom Stone, with the ball. He's moving in. Out over the far goal line. The crowd on hand, watching the final moments here of this first half at the University of Redlands. The clock has stopped at 2 minutes, so we're less than 2 minutes to go, and Chris Wilson, trotting over there with the ball, is going to be coming out with his rather quick kick to the near side here to Alberto Brew, number 15, AB to Fox. Mike Fox, number 14, now has it. He goes long across the far side. California trying to muster something up here the final few minutes. Lopez was going to throw it in, but he sets it down. Giacalone came over. He decided not to do it. And it's going to be Bill Durkin with 2 zeros on the board, hoping to get this California Emperor team into the lead here as this first half approaches the end. Several players in front. A lot of activity. This is Fox. Fox brought down. Whistle there on the play. Majid Jay, the referee in this game, calling what looks to be a foul there against Mike Fox, and both teams setting up to go the other way. Number 7, we see him there, John Klein, holding his ankle. It was Lozano in the knee a few moments ago, and now it's Klein in the ankle. No training staff has come on the field yet. Klein is back up on his feet. That's always a good sign, but Klein goes right back down. Mark Clay looking at the final few moments here. You're the Emperors. What will be the strategy?
Well, the strategy is to try and get on the board before halftime. What takes place more often than not is a team goes up 1-0 in the locker room. They're at a psychological advantage. And I believe that neither team wants to go in under those circumstances. So we see a lot of pushing forward, the ball traveling the entire length of the field just by one pass. Conversely, we have the defensive still playing very tight. The shot by Mike Stone from about 45 yards out is probably a very good indication that they also have not been able to penetrate the California Emperors goal box.
We see a couple of Colorado Foxes players there talking with Majid Jay. Talking with him before the game, he mentioned that there are a couple U.S. FIFA-sanctioned referees over in Italy right now, taking care of the officiating during this 1990 Italia World Cup. Klein back on his feet. Colorado back in position here as Dodd sets up to bring the ball out here for the Foxes. We'll probably see a few seconds tacked on here for injury time. This was Lozano's injury, and then Klein. But not to be. There you see it. The final whistle here in the first half. Majid J calling it into this first half at the University of Redlands, Ted Runner Stadium. We're seeing 2 zeros on the board. The California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes. We're going to step aside for one brief moment, and when we return here with our coverage of the California Emperors, we will have our halftime report. Should be a lot of fun. Stay right where we are. Plenty of soccer action ahead. We'll be back right after this.
Product quality and dealer service. Acura Legend, an automobile engineered for the joy of driving. Recognized for an ownership experience second to none. Number 1 in the J.D. Power Customer Satisfaction Index survey with product quality and dealer service for 3 years in a row. Every year it's been eligible. The 1990 Legend Sedan and Coupe. Precision-crafted performance from Acura.
Real confessions. Real secrets revealed for you to hear.
It wasn't fair. I didn't deserve that.
Call 1-900-230-3333 to hear real confessions from real people. Plus, find out how to make your own confession.
We had a great relationship, then at a cocktail party.
Incredible secrets, untold stories, real confessions. Call 1-900-230-3333. Call now. Just $2 the first minute, $1 each additional. Adults only, please.
The thin air makes your heart pound as your lungs gasp for more oxygen. Each step gets progressively more difficult as you climb closer to the summit. Too exhausted to really answer the question that keeps bouncing in your head. Why are you doing this? Your answer comes not in words but feeling as you top out on one of Colorado's 14,000-foot mountains. The guide that led you to the summit is a video. Climb the Rockies includes complete trips to 10 of Colorado's highest mountains. This 52-minute VHS stereo cassette takes you up some of the Rockies' most spectacular summits via easy, moderate, and difficult trails. Each trip begins with general mountain information, a trailhead map, and aerial views of the route. The most valuable segments include actual scenes of the climb. Know your mountain before you set out. Order Climb the Rockies for only $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Television that makes you want to take a hike.
Back here at the University of Redlands, it's the halftime report for the California Emperors. Tommy Gibson, a student at San Bernardino High School, is entertaining this crowd here at Ted Runner Stadium. The halftime report here of our coverage of the California Emperors right here on the Prime Ticket Network. The California Emperors are honoring youth in this area. It's Youth Appreciation Night here. School's out. School ended for most people yesterday, and they're here tonight celebrating not only the end of the school year, but also the California Emperors soccer game with the Colorado Foxes. Earlier today, we had a lot of soccer action going on, and joining us now, the president of the California Youth Soccer Association, John Harper, comes to us from our area right here in Barstow. John, congratulations on your recent election. I want to ask you one question about youth soccer. We see the Emperors team and the Emperors youth teams and what we're doing here to kind of develop soccer here in the United States. What do you see for the future? Do you see more and more kids getting involved? And do you see the things that are going on now as being a positive step in that direction?
I think that it's a large positive step, and I think that the youth program is on a roll now, and we're going into the 94 Olympics, the 94 Olympics, the World Cup, with some real positive expansion on the youth program and support for our professional end.
We mentioned the game earlier today, PSV Duisburg from West Germany here playing the California Emperors youth team, and I guess it's a lot of fun for these kids to be able to get a taste of international soccer.
Absolutely. This is great. I've seen young people out in the front playing soccer in front of the stadium, and this is just great. And wonderful weather and beautiful soccer out here tonight.
John, again, congratulations on your election to the presidency of the CYSA, and good luck down the road.
Thank you.
John Harper, the new CYSA president here for the entire area of California. Before our game here on our pregame show, we showed you the chiropractor for the California Emperors, Dr. Carl Lama, working on Armando Sea. He's been closely involved in this California Emperors team, and he's with us here as well during our halftime report. And Dr. Ahmed, chiropractic and soccer, how do the two work together?
Very simple. Structure affects function. These men are all primed athletes. Every one of them is like a specially tuned racing engine. Each one of these men have to be kept in absolute prime health, and that means that keeping them in structural function is absolute. keeping these guys functioning is the key to our chiropractic input.
Are you finding that chiropractic care and the working with the bones and stuff is really helpful to an athlete?
Absolutely. We want to keep these guys functioning in every joint of their body, not only in their spine, but also in their knees, their feet, their hands, everything.
I know, having talked with the Emperors, they enjoy going to you. Thanks for your time here, and I'm sure the Emperors are glad you're on hand.
Well, I thank you. It's a wonderful time being with them.
Okay. Dr. Carl Ahmet, the team chiropractor for the California Emperors. We're going to step aside one more time right here on the Prime Ticket Network. Tommy Gibson, he's going to continue to perform. Both of the teams are entering the field here. No score on the board, but we've still got an entire 45-minute second half still ahead right here during our coverage of the California Emperors on the Prime Ticket Network. The Lacho Copa Select, #1 in soccer shoes and #1 for the pros. When the world's best show up at the World Cup, you can be assured Lacho won't miss a kick. The soccer difference, Lacho Copa Select, the leader in soccer footwear. Lacho equipment is available throughout Southern California. Marketplace, Lacho, a world champion.
For outdoor enthusiasts, Prime Ticket offers an array of shows. If fishing is your hobby, travel up north as Prime Ticket presents Canadian Sport Fishing. And a little closer to home, there's Fishing the West. And don't forget Outdoor Magazine for an informative look into life in the great outdoors. It's an outdoorsman's dream. Canadian Sport Fishing, Fishing the West, and Outdoor Magazine, only on Prime Ticket.
You've heard about the friendly blokes down under. These Aussies have their own way of saying goodbye. We've got the greatest hits in Australian rules football right here on Prime Ticket.
Every week, Barron's arrives to an unusual reception. Readers plow into it in search of undiscovered values, emerging stocks, and market insights. A fresh issue of Barron's doesn't stay fresh long. And that's the beauty of it. Subscribe now to Barron's and get 13 weeks for only $28 with a money-back guarantee. Call toll-free 800-228-5505. That's 800-228-5505.
Welcome back to the University of Redlands. We're getting ready to start this second half. California 0, Colorado 0. Both teams know that they've got 45 minutes ahead of regulation play. They want to get some points on this board, and California now will be going the opposite direction in their white uniforms, white jerseys, blue shorts from our left to right, and Colorado in their yellow jerseys from our right to left. Taking a look at action here from this Ted Runner complex at the University of Redlands. A very interesting first half. Colorado now with the ball. This is Kevin Grimes, shot to the near side. A lot of interesting things happened in that first half, and the stats really reflect exactly what kind of first half it was. Stats in the first half that, I guess, when I was looking at them during halftime, they were very interesting. Goals, none, but shots, 5 for Colorado, 3 for California. Fouls, 9 for California, 8 for Colorado. A very rough first half. We saw it happen firsthand here via our cameras. Corner kicks, 4 for California, 2 for Colorado, and offside 3 times called against California, twice against Colorado. Back to the action here in the second half. It's Colorado coming out here rather quickly. This is Monty Reeves to the near side. Michael Fox looking for Richard Lopez. 2 Fox players are there, and they get the better of it, getting it back to Mark Dodd. Armando Seca, Fox, looking for Lopez. Back to Fox. Now this is Bill Durkin, number 4. De Oliveira, Alex De Oliveira. He's from Brazil, just like head coach Rildo. Steve Eyes losing the ball here on the near side. And we just know it now for Mike Fox. California. On the sideline, looking at at the bench for Colorado, Emilio Romero. He had a talk with his team before the game at halftime a few moments ago. Got it to Fox. Coming down here. Ball out here in the near side. And, you know, the Emperors so far have built quite a following here in the Inland Empire. And Dean Foley, during halftime, found out a very interesting story. It's taking place on the far sideline there. That young man you see in the wheelchair, recently in the hospital, and now he's come out to watch the Emperors. And, Dean, it's a very touching story.
Well, I was over there, and he came up, his father came up to me and told me about this, and I was really touched by it. The Emperors are his favorite team. He follows them. He's been in the hospital. He's ill. But he came all the way out here just to see his favorite team play, and boy, you know, something like that is just something that you read out of some book or out of a movie, you know, and it's happening to the Emperors, and we're out here for the people, and this makes all the hard work worth it to see something like this. And you know, we gave him a shirt, a ball, and I'm really impressed with this young man and his courage.
The Emperors haven't been in this area very long. This is their first season, and already they're touching the hearts of many fans here throughout this Inland Empire area of Southern California. Back to the action here, the throw, and this is Toscanelli receiving the ball and getting it back to his teammates, who are now setting up here offensively. Again, Colorado coming down in the attack, but Emperor players waste no time getting there defensively. Toscanelli again. Headed out there by Giacalone, Joe Giacalone, making his start tonight. A successful one so far. He's been moving around this field well, covering his ground. This is Bill Betcher. The cross comes in. The Fox are there. There was a turn, but it looked like, again, California, good job defensively, but the Foxes are going to have to throw it on the far side. And, you know, we mentioned that crowd. These youth really getting behind this California Emperor team and coming up. Several players are there, but look like De Oliveira using his height to his advantage, heading the ball back and giving possession over to California. Fox and Ceja, the one touch, back to Fox, coming across now. This is O'Hara. A.B. Alberto Brew out to the far side. Joe Giacalone. Giacalone sending the ball. This time to the near side to Fox. Fox again. Got Reeves there in front. O'Hara and Lopez. Fox still has the ball. This time he grabs his Colorado counterpart, number 7, John Klein. He says, you did it to me in the first half. I'm jumping on your back here in the second half. And Klein goes down, and we're going to take a look at it again. And Dean, your position was a very good position to see what happened.
Oh, Mike Fox is just trying to make something happen. The guy got in front of him. They got tangled up. Takedown, Colorado.
And you see the Emperors setting up here on the free kick. This is Fox again, and we've got several Emperors in position. The whistle, getting this action back in gear. Fox comes in. Several players are there, but it's Colorado. Got there first. Mando Ceja now retrieving a bit with his team. He'll be setting up again, bringing the ball back in. Off the head. There's Monty Reeves in front, but it was off of Dodd. Dodd's out of the net, and Dodd, a great job of tracking that ball down. Monty Reeves, excellent position to score. Dodd, though, came through with the ball, and California turned back without a goal. And as we take a look at the replay, Mark Clay, our guest analysis.
Good flick on. Monty Reeves in a perfect position. Goalkeeper reacts. Makes a good save on the ball. There's not much that Monty could do. Turning on the ball quickly. He's just trying to find a place in the goal. Fortunately for the Foxes, the keeper was able to react to it.
Another foul called against Colorado, and we've got Billy Durkin here on the free kick. This crowd's getting into this game in a very excited way here. This is Richard Lopez. The ball taken right away from him. Lopez trying to discuss things with the official, but that's not going to get you anywhere. As this clock ticks down, we're going to step aside for a quick commercial break right here during our coverage of the California Emperors. And when we return to the University of Redlands, we'll have the rest of during this APSL showdown. Right now, no score on the board, but both teams hoping to change that. We'll be back right after this brief commercial. Time out.
No single thing has brought wealth and prosperity to more people than the idea that you can own your own business. The American dream.
I used to work 50, 60 hours a week for somebody else, but working for myself has given me total financial freedom. I'll never punch a time clock again.
How much time do you spend punching a clock for someone else, making less than you're actually worth?
For us, being our own boss has made all the difference. And our income from Sunrider each month is more now than we used to make for an entire year.
I always knew I had the instinct to spot the right opportunity when it came along. And with Sunrider, I found it.
You must see this video about an uncommon business opportunity that is sweeping the nation, helping thousands to fulfill their dreams of financial independence. This Sunrider video could change your life.
To order, call 1-900-420-4441. A $5 postage and handling fee will be billed to your phone. Call now.
Back here at the University of Redlands, the California Emperors and the Colorado Foxes, still no score on the board. We've got Alex de Oliveira now bringing the ball across midfield, right to the head of Robin Frazier for Colorado, and the Foxes come back now. A.B. Alberto Brew on the far side. Joe Giacalone in front of his own bench, getting it down to Mike Fox. Number 3, Michael Mikes. This is Bill Durkin. Monty Reeves. And now Fox. O'Hara's up front there. Another whistle, another foul, and we continue to see those zeros on the board, but as Mark Clay said, it's going to come down to first blood here. Whoever gets on the board first is going to be in excellent position to win this APSL showdown. Mark Dodd bringing the ball out. If both teams remain tied after the regulation 90 minutes of play, we're going to back-to-back mandatory 10-minute overtime periods. Try to decide the winner here, and if, again, we're tied after those back-to-back 10-minute periods, we're going to penalty kicks, and that's something that the Emperors used to beat Colorado in Colorado May 26th. Chris Wilson, watching that ball carefully, came in with a bit of spin. Wilson goes down. Slipping on this surface at the Ted Runner Stadium. Ryerson, Richard Ryerson now, out of Palm Springs. Fox, Tuscanelli. Durkin came back, getting it to Reeves. Reeves to Giovanni Perez here, number 10. Perez telling his players, get up there. There in the middle. The ball out over the far side, throwing now. Comes back for Colorado. This is number 8, Schultz. Out to the side. Giacalone there defensively, and foul called against Sakoff. Free kick is going to come back for the Colorado Foxes. Kevin Grimes, number 6. Colorado on the far side, but they're going to lose it out over the goal line. And as the Emperors get ready to set up here again offensively, you want to find out from Mark Clay exactly what you think is going to happen here down the final few moments.
Well, there were some great ball handling skills displayed by Kevin Grimes there on the right side. Grimes has been partially or fully responsible for the majority of the... And we have a chance here.
Colorado coming down. Shot right into the hands of Chris Wilson. Came out of the goal and had a great save there. The crowd's really getting behind this Emperor team here. This crowd of 2753 on hand here. They can't believe that call. O'Hara, he doesn't like it either. O'Hara got tangled up there with Frazier, and you can tell O'Hara isn't very pleased about that.
Chris Wilson just made a fine save down at the other end. He was one-on-one with the guy with an open goal, got the angle, got down on the ground, blocked the ball. Emperors got away with that one, luckily, not luckily, with a lot of skill showed by Wilson.
And that is one of Wilson's strongest points, technically, is being a player on the ground. In recent weeks, we've seen him working hard on balls crossed in the air, something that Chris has had a little difficulty with this year. However, he's been working very hard, and he looks good in the air tonight. I think it'll continue.
California now, Alex de Oliveira. Mike Fox, number 14, comes back for California. This is Ryerson to Fox. Schultz came over there defensively. Back to Ryerson. Fox now, number 14. Fox out to the far side. And Colorado again. About 10 minutes to go here in this APSL showdown. No score on the board, and Colorado looking up for Schultz again.
And this is one of the problems here. We have Monty Reeves chasing back, being forced to pull back into the midfield as a result of his defender pushing up. We need Monty up front to score goals. Monty's dropping back in the midfield and therefore taking himself out of the goal-scoring opportunities.
Colorado setting up here for the free kick. Wasting no time, Tuscanelli fires that ball, shot on goal, but that's high. And the Emperors now are going to be setting up here again. You see Chris Wilson, who had that great save a few moments ago, playing well in goal tonight.
I think that the Emperors have got to get keeping the ball on the ground. If we've been watching this whole game, they have not won many balls in the air. Colorado's obviously got a bigger, taller team. They got to keep the ball on the ground and distribute it that way. That's the way they're going to win this game. That's the way they score goals. They have to reiterate it again, but they get the ball up in the air, and they're not winning many headers.
Chris Wilson brought the ball out over midfield, and this is Seca. Back to Alberto Bru. Giovanni Perez there. Perez again. Played out by John Klein for Colorado. This is Bill Durkin. Durkin up. Seca. Durkin. Fox out to Alberto Bru. Bru setting up. Flipping it to Giacalone. Giacalone bring it back. They're trying to, at least to Ryerson, but that didn't happen. Colorado breaking it up here. Colorado coming back, and the Emperor's going to get it back to Wilson. If you're Coach Emilio Ramiro on the sideline for Colorado, you know time's running out. About 8.5 minutes to go here, but that's still plenty of time. And like Mark Clay said, it's like whoever's going to score first here is going to be in the driver's seat. Giacalone now. Monty Reeves on the far side, along with number 2, Steve Eyes. And Steve Eyes getting the caution from Majid J.
That was unnecessary by Ayers. Monty Reeves was just going after the ball. He doesn't have to call him out the OK Corral or anything. Tempers are getting hot. This is Colorado's type of game, though. It's a 0-0 ball game. They've thrived on defense. They've only scored 12 goals all year. They're in the driver's seat right now. The Emperors have got to put the ball in. The momentum's been going back and forth.
Seca centering the ball. O'Hara was there, headed it. That one just squeaked by. California coming down. That time offensively, probably the closest shot they had offensively. And as we take a look at the replay, we want to get the guest analysis from Mark Clay.
Well, Jerry O'Hara again being able to beat Robin Frazier to the area where the ball was crossed and then beat the defender who picked him up. Jerry O'Hara and Robin Frazier, very, very familiar matchup. We saw it in Colorado. We're seeing it again tonight.
California, Monty Reeves went down on the ground and on the sideline. Real Meneses, he's intense. Watch that blood pressure. Still a lot of time to go here in this game. Monty Reeves getting up slowly.
It's key right here that the Emperors have no substitutions left. They had to take out Lawrence, and now they put in Giovanni for Richards. So this is the 11 that they're playing with the rest of the game.
And with no score on the board, that substitution factor could be a key here if we go to overtime. But still, under 7 minutes to go in this crowd, they're not going to let the Emperors lose this game. You see the Emperor girls there in the foreground of this screen, and The Emperors on the field. We're watching Colorado clear that ball out. Clear it out to the far side, right up to the bleachers. Came pretty close to the Emperor girls. Just when they're watching television, they almost saw the ball come right their way. There you see Real de Meneses and his men on the Emperor bench.
We've got approximately 8 minutes left in the game. I think that the Emperors finally are beginning to string passes together consecutively, only from moving off the ball. Here's an opportunity here. Joe Giacalone. I believe that 8 minutes is plenty of time for the California Emperors to try and execute.
And with Colorado having the ball back there, we're going to step aside for a quick 30-second commercial break right here during our coverage of the California Emperors from the University of Redlands. And when we return, the final moments of this APSL showdown, it's going to turn out to be a dandy. We'll be right here with you during our coverage on the Prime Ticket Network.
There's nothing like being a goalkeeper in professional soccer to keep you alert and on your toes. When you're looking for that Emperor feeling, join the team by purchasing your official Emperor apparel and souvenirs. And don't forget, kids, say no to drugs. I'm Chris Wilson, goalkeeper of the California Emperors. Give us a call. All sizes available. T-shirts, sweats, hats, and much, much more. Join me during this season in your official Emperor outfit.
Back here at the University of Redlands, Colorado setting up offensively. Still no score on the board. The clock's ticking down. Both teams here anxious to get in that net, and Colorado came up, headed out by California again. The Emperors here setting up, looking for Monty Reeves. Reeves and Frazier, both men have speed. Frazier got there first, tripping up Reeves, the slide tackle, out over the far touchline, but still the Emperors are going to set up. As Mark Clay said, they've been stringing things together here. Finally coming together here as a team, and the fans love it. Through across midfield. Several Foxes are there. The ball comes up high. Still the Emperors have a chance. This is O'Hara back to Seca. Seca is there. Pescanelli, though, came in for Colorado. And it's going to be Colorado now trying to muster something up here offensively. The Foxes moving the ball. It was right number 15, and now Colorado moves it down. The Emperors put things on defensively, forcing the ball to go out over the far touchline. And you see what Chris Wilson is looking at from behind his Emperor net here in the second half. We're playing under the lights at this University of Redlands facility. Number 8, Tim Schultz. Getting the ball in the center. This is number 7, John Klein. Klein setting up with Giacalone and Giovanni Perez in front of him. Klein out to the near side. Right. Durkin there defensively, and it's going to be time for the Emperors to come back after the foul was called there against Wright. Under 3 minutes to go here. The clock's ticking. Wilson and the Emperors are waiting, and the fans here are hoping that this California team will get something on the board here and put an end to this APSL game. But as we said, if they remain tied, we're going to overtime. Another whistle on the play. Another time Colorado called for the foul, and it's going to be Mike Fox, number 14, taking the free kick. His Emperors getting in position here in front of the goal. Fox bringing it across, up to the top. This is Alberto Brew. Brew bringing it high. Headed there, but Colorado broke up the play. Again a whistle. Again it goes against Colorado. And again, the Emperors are going to get another opportunity here offensively.
We're at crunch time now, and you can't be looking at the referee when there's a play going on like that, and it's just you, him, and the goalie. The Emperors right now really need to take their time and put something together here right at the end. They got about a minute and a half. Let's put a good push on, see if we can get a goal in and walk away with the W.
Fox and Durkin, both men in position. Fox now has the ball at his feet. He's looking down, comes down the near side. Giovanni Perez was there, but so were many Foxes, and it's going to be Colorado trying to make this a very tough ending for the California Emperors. Colorado now getting the free kick after the foul against California. The clock has stopped at 2 minutes, so we're under 2 minutes to go here in regulation time, and one of these teams don't score rather quickly. We're going to OT. On the near side, this is Tim Schultz Centering the ball. De Oliveira again there. Stopping Colorado, getting the ball to his teammate Mike Fox. And number 14, setting up Ceja, Armando Ceja. Tuscanelli is there from behind, but Ceja maintains possession into Monty Reeves in front. 3 Foxes are there, and Mike Fox now gets it to Monty Reeves on the near side. He crosses. Who's there? But that's over the head of everyone, and it's going to be time now for Tim Belcher for Colorado to come up here to throw it on the far side.
Alex De Oliveira's really picked up the slack, and Richard Ryerson for Lawrence Lozano being gone. The last 5 games, Alex Oliveira has played just excellent defense. Always in the middle, pushing up on the offensive end. Very, very talented player that Realdo's got to be very happy with.
Throw in, as we mentioned, the far side. This is Colorado now. Slow down by California. We've got to be very close to the end of this second half, the end of this 90 minutes of regulation play. And as we say it, we hear it from the official. That's the end of regulation time, and we're going to step aside for a quick 30-second commercial break here with the score 0-0. When we return, the first 10-minute overtime period from the University of Redlands. The California Emperors continue to battle Colorado Foxes right here on the Prime Ticket Network.
The Spanish-language newspaper brings you unprecedented bilingual coverage of World Cup Championship Soccer. Call 1-900-896-COPA for the purchase point nearest you and the latest information on Italy 90. 1-900-896-COPA. The Spanish-language newspaper brings you unprecedented bilingual coverage of World Cup Championship Soccer. Call 1-900-896-COPA for the purchase point nearest you and the latest information on Italy 90. 1-900-896-COPA.
If you're the victim of an accident and you've been injured, you need a legal specialist to help you get the settlement you deserve. We have over 20 years of experience helping people injured in all kinds of accidents. We help you get excellent medical attention, your vehicle repaired or replaced as soon as possible. If you can't come to us, we'll come to you at home, work, or the hospital. We have obtained over $30 million for clients. Call the law offices of Paul Grossman today.
1-800-462-5555. Girls, 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 they drive you wild. They make you smile. They make your heart go. Now find the right girl for you on the Girl line. Dial 1-900-535-GIRL. That's 1-900-535-GIRL. It's the line where you'll find girls who want to meet guys right now. Dial 1-900-535-GIRL. That's 1-900-535-4475. It's the one number you have to call. It's the Girl line. $2 the first minute, $1 each additional. Over 18 only, please.
We're back here at the University of Redlands. We're starting the first 10-minute overtime period. Right now, no score on the board. That's the reason we're in overtime. 2 back-to-back 10-minute overtime periods. The Colorado Foxes, the California Emperors here, trying to decide this American Professional Soccer League showdown. Armando Ceja and his Emperors coming down. This is number 10, Giovanni Perez. Now Schultz. Tuscanelli bringing the ball across for Colorado. Over on the far side, Dean Foley with an update.
There's Peter Schilling, the boy we talked about earlier, who came out here just to watch his Emperors team from the hospital, and once again just showing a heck of a lot of courage, you know, and it's really a good thing for professional sports and these guys on the field to realize that they do have people looking up to them, and they are idols to a lot of people, and that's how they should carry themselves as individuals.
Scramble for the ball here in midfield. Colorado on the run. This is number 15, Mike Wright here on the near side. He goes down.
Get a walk, get 4, 3, hurry up.
Courtesy of number 6, Richard Ryerson.
Lead the ball, lead the ball.
Ryerson still on his hands and knees, and the foul against California is going to set up the Free kick here for Colorado, and luckily that was outside of the box. Mark Clay looking at this overtime segment from the player's point of view. Sum it up.
Well, I think, again, we have the same situation as we had in the start of the game, where the two teams are coming out and showing the conservative side. I believe within the next 5 minutes, you get a couple runs, a couple chances at goal. I think that this thing will be opened up wide as it was at the end.
Richard Ryerson there being attended to by Chris Wilson. And as Ryerson slowly gets back up on his feet, we are going to step aside for a quick 30-second commercial timeout right here. And when we return, more of this overtime period. The California Emperors, the Colorado Foxes, deadlocked at 0. Plenty of soccer ahead. We'll be right back after this.
The third consecutive year, Acura has again ranked #1 in the J.D. Power & Associates Customer Satisfaction Index survey with product quality and dealer service. Acura Legend, an automobile engineered for the joy of driving. Recognized for an ownership experience second to none. #1 in the J.D. Power Customer Satisfaction Index survey with product quality and dealer service for 3 years in a row. Every year it's been eligible. The 1990 Legend Sedan and Coupe.
Back at the University of Redlands, the Colorado Foxes booting around the Umbro soccer ball. Umbro, the official soccer ball of this American Professional Soccer League, and Lotto, the official equipment supplier of the California Emperors. There you see the Ultra Umbro ball, and there you see the Foxes. Shot that ball hard. Steve Eyes, #2, off the back of the Emperors, out of bounds, and it's going to be time for Colorado to set up, come back against, well, among others, Mike Fox, who we just saw there. Looks like Kevin Grimes, #6, will be throwing the ball in for Colorado. Chris Wilson and his men back there protecting the Emperor net. Grimes brings it in. It's in high. Several players are there. Cleared out nicely by Mike Fox. A great job defensively by Mike Fox to get there. And Colorado turn back again. And the Emperor's setting up here. This crowd getting behind the team. This is not sudden death overtime. They must play 20 minutes. Back-to-back 10-minute periods. And we're about midway through this first overtime period. Monty Reeves getting the ball. This is O'Hara. No, Giovanni Perez. Giovanni going back across the field to the far side. Alberto Drew. AB comes in low, right into the hands of Mark Dodd, but the Emperor's coming down and putting a couple passes together and putting together somewhat of a offensive combination. Mark?
Yes, we see it again. The Emperors beginning to gain a little momentum. That was a great shot by Alberto Brew. Kept the ball low and on the ground. Dodd again doing what he's been doing all game.
Some stats so far in this game. 8 shots by California, 12 by Colorado. Something that's standing out quite a bit here on the stat sheet. Fouls. 26 after regulation play for California and 23 for Colorado. And we're lucky to have a FIFA ref here because that man, Mr. Majid J, has been a very, very busy individual. Chris Wilson there. You see that ground level shot. My favorite angle from this field. It really brings you into this game and shows you what the players see. Wilson, well past the center circle, looking for Monty Reeves, among others, and Colorado now is forced to retrieve back to goalie Dodd, but Reeves stepping in there quickly forced Colorado to change their mind, and now they're coming down. Bill Durkin gets it back to Wilson, and Wilson goes out to Alberto Brew, #15, AB. AB brings it in the middle here to his buddy Armando Ceja. Their roommates here in Redlands, and Ceja goes to the far side. This is Giacalone. Giacalone heading it back. Mike Fox is there, and Fox goes down, and he gets the free kick. Alex De Oliveira in the middle. Frazier came up for Colorado. Ceja back now again, looking up front for Reeves, and De Oliveira was there again. 1, 2, 3. Hitting this ball back and forth. A.B. Schultz now for Colorado. A.B. still following that ball nicely. A.B. covering it well. This is Alex de Oliveira. Alex Antonio Santos de Oliveira, to be exact. God now. Bringing it out for Colorado. Fox is set up here. McPhail, Toscanelli.
Come on, White.
Here to the near side, number 7, John Klein. Klein back to midfield to Frazier. Frazier now to Klein. Klein setting up, looking up front. California again. Closing down that Colorado drive, and Fox comes down. Looking for someone. Monty Reeves almost got there. God, good job of getting there on top of that ball. This is Alberto Brew. Alberto Brew still with the ball, looking now for Joe Giacalone. Giacalone goes down. He's back up. Number 12, Bill Betcher, called for the foul, and Giacalone sets up again, coming across. The header was there. Jerry O'Hara in position. So was Mark Dodd, and he knocks it out. Corner kick. The Emperor setting up here for the corner kick. Let's quickly take a look at the replay. Mark play, the player angle.
Jerry O'Hara, once again, beating his man in there. Jerry has been exceptional in there. He just barely misses the post. Mark Dodd again reacting. I think that these two will have a pretty good handshake at the end of the game.
Quickly back, that's the corner kick coming in. A scramble in front. And the ball comes out over the near touchline. Throw in now for the California Emperors. You see Alex de Oliveira there, surrounded by his Colorado Fox counterparts. Throw in now, comes in by Bill Dirk. It's high. Several players are there. Colorado putting it into the air. Seika went for it. Brew comes over. Durkin tries. Not quite enough. And throw in here on the near side. Marcelo Toscanelli, number 14. Bringing the ball back into play for his team. This is number 7, John Klein. Klein brings it in high. Several Emperors are there, though. Colorado shot. Came in hard. A little bit high. A little bit to the near side by Larry McPhail. And California now sets up here offensively.
Alberto Brew is playing an exceptional game. He's all over the place. He's hustling, always battling, as Dave has called him before. Really getting in the middle of things and causing some problems for the Colorado offense.
There you see him. Number 15, A.B., always battling Brew. Brew now to the far side. California Emperors hoping to get things going. We're seconds away from the end of this first 10-minute overtime period, and we're going to hear that official's whistle any moment now. The game clock still stopped at 2 minutes, that is, and as Richard Ryerson brings it across, the Emperors are going to have to get some action going here. Frazier and Monty Reeves, you see the speed there? Reeves. A lot of quickness in that player, definitely. One of the future stars of this team and of this league. Fox again, Mike Fox. Fox bringing the ball across. The crowd's getting excited. This is Giovanni Perez. That's the whistle. And the end of our first 10-minute overtime period. Again, we're going to step aside for a quick 15-second timeout because these teams will be immediately back on the field for the second overtime period. All this and more as our coverage of the California Emperors continues right here on the Prime Ticket Network.
The Spanish-language newspaper brings you unprecedented bilingual coverage of World Cup Championship Soccer. Call 1-900-896-COPA for the purchase point nearest you and the latest information on Italy 90. 1-900-896-COPA.
Welcome back to the University of Redlands. We've just begun this second 10-minute overtime period. Still, we've got a pair of zeros on the board, and we've got Colorado setting up for the corner kick coming up here from Ted Rudder Stadium. This game's starting to heat up. Both teams know that time is running out in order to win this game and be either regulation or overtime, and if both teams remain deadlocked, we're going to penalty kicks, and that means point possibilities in terms of how many points a team can win will be reduced. Throw in now for Colorado. In front there, headed around, but it's over the top, and it's going to be time for a goal kick for the California Emperors. Speaking of the Emperors, a great matchup there up front. Jerry O'Hara, Michael Mikes for Colorado, and Mark Clay, as he was saying during the break, O'Hara has won the last 4 head balls over Michael Mikes.
I think that Mike Fox has been very instrumental in highlighting Jerry's ability to get up as of late. Fox is handling the ball, drawing 2 or 3 players, namely Robin Frazier from the sweeper position, forcing Frazier off of the support to Mike Mikes, which isolates Jerry O'Hara and Mikes, and Jerry is getting the best of that matchup. So if Jerry can continue, we may see a goal before this overtime period is over.
And if you're an Emperor, you're hoping that goal is going to be in favor of California here. Midfield, the Emperors bringing the ball across. Colorado now with it offensively on the far side. Ball goes out, throw in now for the Emperors. This is Seca. Triple team, if you will. Colorado coming back, the Foxes. Looking for their man up front. Wilson, he's out of the net. This could be trouble. Wilson knocking him from behind. Didn't have many choices. It's officials coming over. Yellow card against Chris Wilson, but Wilson had no choice. Mike Wright, number 15 for Colorado. He was on the run, and Wilson well out of the net. That could have been a very dangerous goal for Colorado. And as we look at Majid J, we're going to take a look at the replay right here, and Mark Clay again, your analysis.
Well, what Chris Wilson was basically saying here is if you're going to score, you're going to have to do it with your shirt off. Chris was forced to come out of the goal, and as a result, he was forced to take the player down. No one was there. It could have been an easy goal for Colorado. Good play on the part of him.
This is Kevin Grimes bringing it across in front. Several players there, but that just slid by everybody. California getting away one more time.
Tim, you're in the back of the net. The Emperor's got to reach down deep here and come up with scrappy defense and get this victory. That was a smart play by Wilson in the long run because, you know, if you're going to beat him, you got to beat him right and not beat him by a referee's call one way or the other. You can't win on a referee call. You can't lose, but Wilson's a scrapper.
Corner kick coming in high. Several Foxes are there. So are the Emperors. The Emperors getting that ball out, and here comes California. California on the run. Perez, Giovanni Perez. You see him there looking up for Monty Reeves. Also Jerry O'Hara. Whistle on the play. Called against California. Offside is the call.
Oh, that's a tough call. Once again, it's like the blocking, charging foul in basketball. It's a very tough call. It's a judgment call. The ref's got to make a decision. The players and the teams have got to live with the decision.
No score there for either California or Colorado. This is Colorado now bringing it across, looking up front again. Schultz. Shot. Out over the goal line, and Wilson had come over. And now he's going to have his shot at a goal kick here. Just over 3 minutes to go in this first half of action. Chris Wilson now watching this clock tick down here in this second overtime period, the second 10-minute overtime period. Wilson right at midfield with that ball. Frazier, diving header. De Oliveira for California. Knocking it back across. Colorado on the far side. Ball trickles out, and Bill Durkin for the Emperors. Setting up there. Throw in. Seca and Perez. Perez pushed a little bit from behind. Majid J. there on top of things.
The referee, Majid Jade, has controlled this game very well with the amount of fouls. We have not seen any scuffles after any fouls, and I think that he should be commended on the job that he's done tonight. I mean, as physical a game as this, you're usually going to have a couple punches thrown, and nothing like that's happened, and that's better for the fans, and it's better for the teams, and it's better for the sport.
Substitution for Colorado. Bill Betcher, number 12, going out of the game, and Mario Chavez, number 5, coming in. Mario, the second non-U.S. citizen on this Colorado Fox roster. He's from Peru, and after talking with Emilio Ramiro before the game, Emilio, the coach for Colorado, explained that he has some contacts in South America. He referred both Mario Chavez and also number 14, Marcelo Toscanelli, to him and to this Colorado Fox organization. So both of those players have only been in this country for a couple months, and Emilio glad to have their services during this 1990 season. That's Schultz, number 8, for Colorado, going down the far side, but it's going to be run down by Bill Durkin, who gets it back to Chris Wilson. And we've got only a few more moments to go in this overtime period. Looks like we very well may go to penalty kicks. Wilson. Some contact on the play there. O'Hara. And his counterpart, number 3, Michael Mikes, for Colorado. We heard Mark Clay talk about that matchup a few moments ago, and we're seeing it now, both of those players. Colorado bringing it across midfield again. That call going against California, the Emperors. They can't believe it. You see Giacalone, Joe Giacalone. His hand gestures tell it all. But it's going to be the Foxes nonetheless setting up here for the free kick. Comes out here to Kevin Grimes, number 6. Seika there. And that's the whistle, the end of our second overtime period. We are going to penalty kicks. The same way these two teams ended their game May 26th is going to be how we decided tonight. Only this time, it's going to come to you from the University of Redlands. And that's where we're going to return right here on the Prime Ticket Network after this brief commercial timeout.
There's nothing like being a goalkeeper in professional soccer. Keep you alert and on your toes. When you're looking for that Emperor feeling, join the team by purchasing your official Emperor apparel and souvenirs. And don't forget, kids, say no to drugs. I'm Chris Wilson, goalkeeper of the California Emperors. Give us a call. All sizes available. T-shirts, sweats, hats, and much, much more. Join me during this season in your official Emperor outfit.
Hello, I'm Jaime Legaspi, Vice President and General Manager of the California Emperors. I would like to invite you to join the fastest and most dynamic sport of the 90s, professional soccer. With the United States hosting the 1994 World Cup, here, together, we can develop the most outstanding soccer players of the entire world. For more information, including the Emperor's growing youth development farm system and game tickets, call or write to us at the numbers on your screen. I'm Jaime Legaspi. We'll see you at the games.
The Lacho Copa Select, number 1 in soccer shoes and number 1 for the pros. When the world's best show up at the World Cup, you can be assured Lacho won't miss a kick. The soccer difference, Lacho Copa Select, the leader in soccer footwear. Lacho equipment's available throughout Southern California. Chick Sporting Goods, Covina, Upland, Laguna Hills, Yorba Linda, Oceanside, and the Tustin Marketplace. Lacho, a world champion.
A completely new product line was introduced. Automobiles built for people who love the sheer joy of driving. A new sales, service, and parts organization was also developed. One that gave buyers a purchase and ownership experience second to none. Today, that early goal has been met, and a new benchmark established. The 1990 Acura Legend and the Acura dealership.
Back here at the University of Redlands, the first penalty kick for California, taken and missed. Mike Fox, the man with experience for California. That one slipped by on the far side, and even though Colorado was not shot yet, you got to give them the advantage because you've got 5 penalty kicks coming up for each team. California having already taken one, missed there by Mike Fox, and it's going to be time for Colorado to take its first kick, and it's going to be number 8, Tim Schultz. And during the break, Mark Clay brought up an interesting point. It's the substitution, the last second substitution in overtime for Colorado. Number 5, Mario Chavez, coming into the game. A very key substitution because, as Mark Clay said, Emilio Ramiro, the coach for Colorado, probably wanting to put his Peruvian star up front to take one of these penalty kicks. So we're going to see down the road here if Mr. Mario Chavez is one of the 5 Colorado players that takes the kick. But right now, it's number 8, Tim Schultz, who's going to be going one-on-one against Emperor goalie Chris Wilson, and becoming a very intense time right here because it's one-on-one, goalkeeper against shot maker, and we've got Schultz against Wilson. Colorado, can they take the 1-0 lead here in penalty kicks? The shot comes up, and that ball hit the bar, but it flicked in, and it's going to be 1 for Colorado and 0 for the California Emperors. But still, we've got 4 more shots coming up for each side here. As we mentioned, 5 penalty kicks for each team, and whoever wins this game is going to be the team with the most penalty kicks converted. California already missing 1. Colorado already making 1. Penalty kicks is exactly how California won its game at Colorado May 26th. California getting 4 penalty kicks compared to the 2 for Colorado, and now we've got the scoring machine for California. Jerry O'Hara, number 9, he's there right into the feet of goalie Mark Dodd for Colorado, and that there, a very costly shot for California because Colorado, if they can put this ball in, they will be taking the lead 2-0 over the California Emperors, and the Foxes sending number 9 Larry McPhail to the line, and Mark Clay being down 2 in this penalty kick competition would not be a very comfortable situation to be in.
Well, this is a very difficult situation for the Emperors, and this penalty kick here is very crucial. If the Foxes make this penalty kick, that will force the Emperors.
Larry McPhail now, number 9, gets it by Chris Wilson, and that is 2 for Colorado on our penalty kick scoreboard page, 0 for the California Emperors, and the Emperors are going to have to get something going here with their men getting the ball in, and they're going to have to do something to try to stop Colorado with its attempts. Dean Foley, California sitting down now, 0-2. Not a very healthy situation.
Well, whenever you get into penalty kicks, it's a crapshoot, you know, 50-50 chance. You just got to go with the roll, and right now the Emperors are down 2-0, but anything can happen. It's not a very pretty situation.
Alberto Brood, number 15, he'll be taking the kick for California. He gets it past Dodd. The Emperors finally get one in. They've got 1 on the board now, but when you look at that penalty kick scoreboard, you've got 2 there sitting for Colorado, and the Foxes now have a chance to make it 3-1 as they send number 2, Steve Eyes, to the line. He's going to be going on one-on-one against Chris Wilson. Chris Wilson did not play the game at Colorado. Ken Sinchak, in fact, made his debut in goal for California, and he helped spark the Emperors to the penalty kick victory over Colorado. A very emotional, a very dramatic ending to that game in Lakewood, Colorado, and it was a game that the Emperors have been thinking a lot about, and it's a game that gave them experience in winning games, and tonight we're going to see if they can pull out here. We've got Eyes against Wilson. Eyes and Wilson. That ball high over the top bar. No good. And the door is back open for California. Still, they're trailing 2-1, but they've got a chance to tie it up here. And if Wilson can stop another shot, or if Colorado can knock one out, it's going to be all tied up. And so we've still got a battle going here as Richard Ryerson, number 6, comes up to the line.
We got a very consistent player here in Richard Ryerson, and you just got to wonder, this goalie for the Colorado Foxes, Dodd, is very, very good, and if they win this game, they deserve it, as is the Emperors. It's just been a very good battle, very good soccer to watch.
Ryerson facing Dodd. Ryerson setting up here. Crucial shot. It gets by. Richard Ryerson hitting it into the net. Dodd can't believe it. We're tied up at 2, and if the Emperors can stop one of the Colorado Fox attempts, this is a whole new ball game. If we're tied after the regulation, 5 penalty kicks here. We're going to sudden death penalty kicks, so it could be a very exciting ending here. Chris Wilson, he comes out talking to Majid Jay, and number 15, Mike Wright for Colorado sets up here. He'll be taking the next attempt for the Foxes.
It's interesting on that kick, Dave. Dodd guessed correctly. He just couldn't get a hand on the ball, so the Emperors, by some standards, would be lucky on that play, but I think that Colorado has been lucky hitting the post and going in as well. What goes around seems to be coming around.
And we're going to see what comes around here. Mike Wright against Chris Wilson. That one slips in, and it's going to be 3 times now that Colorado has managed to get the ball past Emperor goalie Chris Wilson. And it's going to be do or die here coming up. The final opportunities for both teams here. The California Emperors sending the next man to the line, number 5, Armando Ceja. Ceja must put this ball in if the Emperors have any thoughts of winning this game, and it looks like the best they can do here is tie and then force sudden death kicks. And as Mark Place said, the man that Colorado is leaving to the end, the other number 5 on the field, he's at midfield right now. His name, Mario Chavez, one of the key players that Emilio Ramiro has brought into this Colorado Fox organization. Right now, you see his teammate Dodd there, and now you see the Emperors. Armando Ceja must put this ball in or it's all over. Ceja right into the hands of Dodd, and that's the end of the game. The Colorado Fox is pulling off the penalty kick victory here at the University of Redlands. That makes the final score on our board 1-0 as the Colorado Foxes celebrate their victory over the California Emperors. That's going to do it for our coverage here from the University of Redlands. Thanks to Mark Clare, our guest analysis. Thanks again to Dean Foley calling the action here. We're going to be right with you the rest of the way for the California Emperors during this 1990 American Professional Soccer League season. So for everyone involved with this production, that's a good night from the University of Redlands, where one more time the Colorado Foxes have defeated the California Emperors in penalty kicks. Final score again, 1-0. We'll see you next time out during our coverage of the California Emperors.